Shout out to Kop-Ish.
Shout out to Kopish,
keep
guys.
all the good work
the
up.
two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that, guys. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Yes, lovely people, hope you're all well. This is a new season. We're starting the 23-24 season. So I know a lot of you have got a new kit, new training kits, stuff for you, stuff for the missus, stuff for the kids. But look, it's a new season for the Premier League. It's also a new season for Kopish. And we have got new merch, people. Yes, we have indeed. Let me show you if you don't believe me. That's it. Sabozlai. He doesn't just take the gun out and shoot. He aims and fires. Look at that. The design is gorgeous. Got in long sleeve and hoodie as well. Make sure you yourself grab one. Mac 10. Just like Michael Jackson, doesn't matter if it's in black or white because we've got both hoodies and we got it in crew neck as well. Look at the design on this one as well, holding the calibers. How many times we won the Champions League? 6 times. How many times is Kopish mentioned on this shirt? 6 times. People, go and get it. People, we still have all the other merch as well. Make sure you visit our website. We've got the Darwin Nunez shirts. You can't hear anything. We've got all the belts by Klopp. Pause. Get a mug, don't be a mug. Hats, baby grows for the babies. And we've got t-shirts and hoodies to pop. But remember, people, and never ever forget, you should always, and when I say always, I mean always, engage you know the rest. Head over to our website, people, and check out all of our merch and make sure you go and grab some. Take it easy.
Yes, people, welcome back. It is Kopish. You know what time it is? I was going to say the Monday night show, but it ain't Monday. It's Tuesday, people. Welcome to the Tuesday night show. Obviously, we couldn't do yesterday, but we said, you know what? Even though there's no Monday night show, there's still going to be a show. It just happens to be Tuesday. What are you saying, Drew?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Nunez, good.
Hey, bro, I'm still gassed. I'm still fully gassed.
Bro,
about
I actually can't count how many times I've watched the goals, and I still don't know which one was the best finish. I still don't know.
It was the first one. The first one. Do you know why?
You know what? It might be the one that I would, if you really pulled my arm, it might be the one that I would go with. But the second one, because he had to lift it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even, bro, folk that it was cold.
I'll tell you what I think is the first one. Even though it was a mistake, obviously, from flipping Botman, who at that time, remember, I thought it was freaking Dan Burn. Everyone trying to say, Rob, Matt, don't want to put no shade on Botman. If you look at the angle was more acute for the first goal. And, bro, he levered
I don't know, you know. No, I think the second one was the more acute angle, but the first one was further away.
No. If you look at it again, even though Pope doesn't come out as much as the second one, the angle is still crazy. When you look at the replay, it just goes, but it's like Pope nearly gets a fingertip to it, but it's just not good enough. But he fuds it off the post, you know.
No,
that finish is world class, bro. So what? In fact, both of them are world class finishes.
Oh, bro, it was
first
too
time.
Much.
First time.
Too much, bro.
You get what I'm saying? Big at everyone in the chat as well. Make sure you smash that like button if you haven't already, and make sure you subscribe to
Wow, this is a bit mad. Well. Skip saying he heard the first goal was a 4% conversion chance. That's mad, and he still put it in. That means the only place he could put it is where he put it.
That's what I'm saying. No, for
literally the only way it could go in is the way it went in. Basically,
100% it was, bro. There was no way that was happening. Put it like this, yeah. The biggest credit I could give Darwin Nunez is if this was last season, I don't know if he would have scored it still. I'll be honest. I don't know.
He scored some good goals last year, you know.
He did, but I thought last year, obviously, first season, adapting, new club, big club, he was inconsistent. There were games when you're like, oh my gosh, bro, that was crazy. Then other times, playing the same ball, miscontrols it. Nunez, bro, what you do? You know, one of them ones. When he came on yesterday, that was a strike of a man that's been at Liverpool for like 4 years, bro. Like, man just does this every week. I'll tell you why. Not on any of those 2 goals did he take a second touch. In fact, it was just literally, let the ball go past you, bang. Let the ball go past you, bang. Straight execution, bro. No,
Well,
look.
the first one he took a touch because he had to get it out of his feet. Because remember, it ricocheted.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, because
so he had to take it out of his feet
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
first
yeah,
touch.
yeah, yeah.
But he didn't even need to touch the Mo one. The pass was so good, he didn't even need to touch it.
Hey, another thing as well. Mo's pass, very, very under. Hey, Mo's pass.
Do you know what's the most impressive thing about Mo's pass? Mo had to dig the pass out from under his feet. It wasn't like the ball was like in front of him. If you go back and look at it, Mo had to like kind of like scoop the pass because like he was kind of like over the ball a bit. Do you get what I mean? When like the saying he couldn't get the ball from under his feet. A lot of the time when you're trying to have a shot, what will mess up the shot is that the ball's like it's not in front of you to get the swing on the shot, like it's stuck under your feet. It was kind of like that for Mo with the pass. If you look at it again, Mo had to kind of like scoop the pass. He wasn't able to like get that usual normal connection. Made the pass even more impressive, to be honest with you, bro. So all round, it was just a brilliant goal, man.
Yeah, sensational finish by Nunez. And do you know what's so mad as well? Obviously, we got some topics to talk about, but before we get to topics, I just want to quickly just say as well, like the amount of controversy in that game, which obviously we'll go into more detail a bit later, but was just crazy. And the thing is, like, if we're being honest, before Nunez stepped onto that pitch, we were just sitting there. All of us were sitting there. Big up Kyle as well. Kyle will hopefully be joining us shortly. He's having a few technical issues, but it's one of the ones where we're sitting there going, but yeah, this is a write-off. Look what's going against us. Trent could get sent off at any time. Virgil's already been sent off. Alisson's having to pull out the game of his life. That's another thing as well I want to bring up as well. Alisson, bro. Oh, my days.
Yeah. Mad.
You know how you keep talking about, or you have spoken about in the past, Drift, about you think the best goalkeeper the Premier League has ever seen might have been old school David De Gea?
Yeah, for that 6-year period, yeah.
I think Alisson has already entered the room.
Yeah, I must admit. Yeah. I must admit, I think he has, yeah.
There's this compilation going around, yeah, of Alisson one-on-one saves. Bro, when I say they are nuts, it is nuts. It is nuts.
No,
bro.
I know.
The people, but I can't play it because obviously but it's absolutely madness. But listen, we're gonna get onto that as well. But let's start off with the first topic of the day, and there's only one place to start: signings. Now, let's put the game to the back of our minds for 1 second. We're being linked with various midfielders. Chet Decore is one of them. Another one, Gravenberch, and another one I believe was there's one more. There's one more midfielder. It was Gravenberch, Chet Decore. Oh, and Kone, I guess you could say, are the ones that are more. Oh no, Douglas Luiz. It's Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz. That's the one. Today, especially Douglas Luiz.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What, is that just a lazy one because we're playing them at the weekend?
No. Douglas Luiz and Ndidi's another one as well. Big up the person in the chat. That was one of them as well.
I saw the Ndidi one.
Yeah. And the strong civilian. Now that's a defender, bro.
2019, man.
What's his name? Ndidi. Yeah. So here's the thing. Now Liverpool been linked to Gravenberch, Ndidi, and Decore. If you could pick one of them right now, who are you picking? If Liverpool get one, but who would you pick?
Kone is the one that I would want the most out of all of them. Yeah, definitely. Kone is the better player out of all of the people. I think you just said.
You think Kone is better than Gravenberch, and you think he's better than Decore?
Oh, he's way better
and
than
Ndidi.
Decore. If you really pushed me in terms of
he's a different
talent,
player, though, bro.
If you really push me in terms of talent, I'll say there's a possibility that Gravenberch could have a higher ceiling than Kone. But if you just ask me right now who's a better player, then it's Kone. Who would suit Liverpool better?
What about
Kone?
What about Douglas Luiz? Do you rate him?
You know what? I actually do rate Douglas Luiz. I'm not gonna lie.
People forget.
I didn't even know about this link. You've just perked my interest, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Douglas Luiz, hey, he is a brilliant player, you know.
He's very good.
And he's what
underrated.
we need. He's got that dog in him. He's the type of DM that we need. That
and
I
he's
don't
Brazilian.
care. I will rough you up.
Team.
He's got that I will rough you up kind of mentality. Yeah, and that's what I want. I don't want my DM getting spun.
Yeah.
Shout out Endo. I'm still going to give him time. But, I quote, that's how I DM you, man. I'm not going to forget that quote from Cal. That's how I DM you, man.
No, don't. Oh, yeah. I think you're going to say something while he's not here.
But bruv, I can't be, I can't have images of my DM getting spun like that, bruv, and just getting bodied. Man's on that popcorn and crisp diet, bruv. I don't need any of that, bruv. We already know what it takes, bruv, in the Premier League. And the popcorn and crisp diet is not the one, bruv.
Nah, it's not the one.
Bruv. You need some hard
real.
food, bruv.
Yeah, no.
And therefore, I'm going to give Endo time. I'm joking, but I'm worried. But Douglas Luiz, he's got that dog in him. He will rough you up. You ain't badding him up. He's a good tackler. He reads the game well. And he ain't elite, but he's better than Decore.
Big cow. Man said, I never said that. Hashtag Endo is the best. Man said, the best. You're the best.
I would rather Luiz than Decore. 100%.
Would you?
100%.
All right, so here's where I'm at now. Gravenberch, she got Gravenberch, Decore, Luiz, and you even got Ndidi, but I don't want to put
it. Ain't 2019. What are these Ndidi links?
Yeah, for real. Out of all of them that's been linked with recently, I think it's out of the thing is what Decore represents. Yeah, it's what that's what we wanted Endo to be. And I don't want people to take this out of context, but they're going to anyway. I'm praying and hoping that Endo turns out to be the player we want him to be. Because you want to know something? If we do go and get let's say we go and get a Gravenberch or even a Kone, they're 8s that can play the 6. I do worry that we wanted that DM to be like that, have that dog in him. And just take the game by the scruff of the neck. But I just don't know if Endo's that guy. And I'm wondering whether we might have, I don't want to say wasted the transfer because that's disrespectful because he's literally only played when we've had 10 men. However, I just think we would have been in a better place quality-wise with Chet Decore and say Douglas Luiz, what you just said, Driv. You see if we would have got them too. I actually think we are so blessed.
But we would have had to spend a lot of money to get those.
No, that's true. So we can.
How much is Douglas Luiz being quoted at? It's probably about 50 or 60 million.
I don't even know. Bro. I don't even know. One thing I will do though is obviously we have to go with what we have at the moment, and what we have is we do have Endo and he's a Liverpool player, and I want him to succeed. It's just that so far, obviously, he hasn't. It's not like he hasn't adapted. It's just coming at really bad circles. He hasn't been able to stamp his authority on a game yet, but. Again, he's literally just arrived, so maybe.
And to be fair to him, for the majority of both games he's played, we've been down to 10 men, which obviously makes life a lot harder as well.
Yeah, of course. I think maybe I'm just overthinking it because he's
had a proper baptism of fire, you know. If you think
he has.
He must be thinking, "What is it? Do we play with 10 men every week?"
Yeah. Someone said Decore only 20. Nice. See, Decore's. When Decore if you press Decore, he can't get out of a situation like a Kone or even a Gravenberch or even a Douglas Luiz. However, it's not as bad as people think, I'm telling you. He can shift a little bit, Decore. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Do you know, you see the Gravenberch thing? What worries me about Gravenberch, even though he's an elegant, very, very talented footballer, I don't know whether I even remotely like the idea of him being a one-man island at Liverpool in the way you need to be a number 6 when you play for Liverpool. The reason why I think Kone would be able to handle it, and I still don't think it would be ideal, is Kone's athleticism and physicality wouldn't be left wanting. It would be more about him reading the game and getting more used to having to be right, all I'm doing is defending kind of thing. Yeah. Gravenberch, he ain't got that dog in him. He's elegant, but he ain't got that dog in him. Kone's elegant and he's got the dog in him. If you ain't got no dog in you, I don't really think you can play lone 6. I really don't. The whole point of being a lone 6 is that you have to be super aggressive while excellently reading the game, because a lot of the time, how you have one up on the opposition is what's about to happen before it does. Not all this reactionary, you've got to make a run sprinting back and all that. It's about reading the game. It's what Flacco was best at. When Flacco was at his peak, it wasn't just because he was a brilliant tackler. It's because he knew what was going to happen. He read the game. And I don't like the idea of Gravenberch playing in that number 6 because he ain't got that reading of the game like that. Brilliant footballer. Yeah. And when he's playing in the 8, we'll be over the moon watching this kid play. He's a baller. But if he
No,
ever
of
had
course
to
he
play,
is.
if he ever had to play number 6 by himself, I'd rather McAllister did it. If I'm being totally honest with you,
What,
I'd
Dan
actually
who?
rather
Dan
than Gravenberch. I'd actually rather McAllister played lone 6 than Gravenberch.
No, that's why I would say even all right. So here's a weird one. It's not that. It's not that. About to say Decore. It's not that Gravenberch can't defend. Gravenberch can do the 6. It's just that he does it a bit differently from say McAllister. McAllister, I think I said this to you before, or to Cal. He's very strong on the ball for his size and stature. McAllister's kind of like them compact man where it's like you have to really get him off the ball. However, he doesn't have that natural, like Gravenberch can use his frame against you. So if like even a slide challenge, like there's more physicality coming from Gravenberch in a weird way.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So like,
but you think he reads the game better than McAllister? Because I don't.
he probably doesn't, but this is why I would say maybe the athleticism could make up for that. But you have to remember as well, he's from the school of Dutch football, and their man usually when it comes to from a tactical point of view, they're very, very on point, bro. Very, very on point, and they're good at following instructions. I don't know what happened to him at Bayern. I just think at Bayern, he lost his way because he just saw people playing always ahead of him and was like, what's going on? I'm not given the right amount of chances. And obviously, there were problems at Bayern. Remember, but they had the manager before, then they got rid of him. Then Tuchel came in and weren't too sure either. So, if we're going to sit here and say he's probably who's best suited right now, it's probably Douglas Luiz, you know?
Oh, yeah, without doubt.
Because he's combative, can read the game.
I'm actually quite excited at the idea of Douglas Luiz. How strong are these links?
But the links are they're not the strongest, but they're floating. And I'll say this as well. But here's the main issue. Villa always seem like they got money. I
think they do have rich owners, don't they?
Yeah. So how are we gonna
and this late in the window taking their prime number 6? How would they replace him? I don't believe it. I think we've left it too late in the window to go and Tifa. And we got to be honest, as things stand right now, a top 4 rival. Like at the moment, Villa are a top 4 rival. I don't think they even let us have Douglas Luiz without us paying astronomical money for him.
I agree because they're playing a double pivot with who's the guy they're playing with? Oh, my mind's gone blank. What's his name? People, what's his name? They play a double pivot right now. Villa.
Oh, Villa.
What's his name?
I can't even remember his name.
Oh, for peace sake, what's the brother's name? Kamara. Big up Jamal. Kamara. I think it's Kamara. Yeah, Kamara. And imagine he's their other DM. So the fact that they play with two DMs says they need 2 DMs. They need 2 DMs for that system to work. Because they've been playing like a kind of a narrow kind of formation with even McGinn playing further forward as well. Villa doing well right now. Can't lie, Villa doing well. They're doing well. They're doing bits.
You're right. I think they kind of do play like a bit of a double pivot kind of.
Yeah, so they need him in it. Like it's not if they play with a single pivot, then it might be okay. We might have to play over the odds. But all right, hear this now. Would you pay 70 mil for Douglas Luiz? If we was willing to pay 70 mil for Decore?
Nah, 70 mil's too much.
But bro, we've shown our hand. Pause.
No, I know, but Douglas Luiz, even though I rate him, I really like him. Not 70. That would be a bit mad. That would be a bit mad still. I'm not even gonna lie.
All right, Villa. Yeah, big up Jamal as well. He's saying Villa is our next game too. So it's mad, isn't it? Yeah. Sunday, we got them on Sunday. Yeah, so I just don't see that do happen. All right, let's be a bit more realistic then. Me personally, I'm going with Gravenberch. I think it's either going to be Gravenberch, Decore, or the worst one out of them all, Ndidi.
Oh, hold on a minute. Are we going along the assumption we're actually making a signing here? Because I still think we're not going to buy anyone.
No, do you know what? No, but
I'm not going to lie to you. Look, I actually don't think we're going to buy anyone.
Bro, I'm worried that we're going to get someone, but it might not be who we really like. I feel like it might be an Ndidi on loan thing. Remember, Leicester.
Oh, no.
Can you really rule that out, though? Can you? Really?
No, you can't. Ndidi on loan.
Bro, do you know what? I kid you not.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't put it past Liverpool to do something like that. You think it's a joke?
Oh, no.
I don't think it's a joke.
Oh, no. Guys, I don't even know. That would be so underwhelming. And after the injury, Ndidi has not been the same player. If this was like 4 years ago, Ndidi was a don. This ain't that guy. Ndidi ain't that guy no more. Like, nah.
He can play centre back and 6.
Oh, no. Leicester got relegated in the season he played centre back.
I think he will have a special moment with us before the end of the season if we sign him.
Man's taking a piss.
We won't get
No, Ndidi would be better than Artur, 100%. He definitely.
He'll. Well, we
won't get Ndidi. We won't get Ndidi.
We would hope. I don't know, man. All right, so let's move on, guys, to centre backs. Yeah,
we're definitely not buying a centre back.
We've only been linked with that guy. Does he play for Rennes? Is it Rennes?
Yeah.
How'd you play?
Tite,
that's it.
Or something like that.
Yeah, something like left-footed. He's the
every
one
time I see his name, I think it says Fear.
Oh, and the other guy, is it Hincapi from? Is it Hincapi, guys? The other guy as well, Hincapi.
Yeah, but
it's only really been them two, innit?
I haven't seen links to him for a little while now.
No, I have still. It's only really them two guys. What are you lot saying? Hincapi and what do you call him? Theatre. Tea Tree. What's his name?
It looks like Theatre.
It looks like Theatre, innit?
I said Tea Tree, man.
Listen, when we get me, I call him Tea Tree. Tea Tree.
What you saying? I say, man, put it on the oily zones, yeah.
Well, the tea tree oil, you know. Trust me. But put this. What are you guys saying out of them two? Who would you guys prefer? You're not really too sure because you don't really see much of them anyway. Carl, start with you, bro.
I don't know enough about them to pick one.
Oh, okay. And Carl, I'm guessing Carl's the same as well. So what are you saying, Joe?
I'm the same. I haven't seen enough of them to say. And Nacho is the one, but we can't go to any sporting players because we messed about with Ugarte.
Oh, for peace sake. Well, that just see, here's the thing now. It does look like we're being linked with more midfield than centre back. But do you think this club could just act normal and get a centre back, bro? Do you think they can actually do that? Because do you want to know something crazy? Sunday reminded me of where we are. Before ball's even kicked, obviously, Konate's injured. We're like, oh, for flip's sake, Konate's injured. Virgil then gets sent off. And we're down to bare bones right now, bro. Gomez and Matip. You know, if there's any more issues, who plays centre back, bro? You know it is. Is it Kwanzaa?
Yeah. Who, to be fair to him, had a bloody good cameo.
No, we did, but we can't rely, bro.
No, not rely on him. Not rely on him.
If you got the news now, I don't want to say who, but someone got an injury, and we're going with Kwanzaa, and it's either going to be Kwanzaa, Matip, or Kwanzaa and Gomez. How are you feeling about Sunday, bro?
Kometia.
He might be getting out alone, you know.
I told you guys, I have to make myself laugh and say banterful stuff because we're not running serious at the moment.
Billy the Kid,
Dashing Billy, bro. Look how tall he is, bro. Nat's still about.
Man said Billy the Kid, you know, Emilio Estevez, mad thing.
Nat's still about.
Bro, you seen that Phillips, yeah?
What is going on with Phillips on the real?
All jokes aside, yeah, I've actually started to genuinely feel so sorry for my man. All he wants to do is play football. He'll have one game for Liverpool every 2.5 years, have an amazing performance. Then we hear he's going to go out on loan. He's about to go out on loan. There's an injury at Liverpool, so Liverpool cancel a deal, so Nat Phillips stays. And then he just stays there. Bro, the man just wants to live and play football, bro. And every single time it seems like he just can't get a move. We're just holding on to man for no reason. Pause.
Maybe his attachment to Liverpool is he wants to go because he wants to play, but he doesn't really want to leave. Maybe it's one of them.
No, he wants to play. He wants to play, surely. What are you saying, Carl?
He definitely wants to play. He's been treated like dirt. He's been treated like dirt, man.
That's what I'm saying.
It's terrible how he's been treated.
I wouldn't go as far as to say dirt, but he's obviously been treated.
He's been treated like dirt. Let's be real.
He's been treated like a second
That's season where we had no centre backs. Klopp still wouldn't even trust him to play in there. He did end up getting his trust, and because of him, he was a massive part of us getting top 4. Didn't get a look in the season after that at all.
we've had last season, all of our centre backs, Brian Konate, were terrible. Never got a chance to play there.
Did Nat not go on loan the following season though, Cal? After the year that he played well, didn't he go on loan to Bolton or somebody after that?
Maybe for half a season he went to Bournemouth. But I remember he even played like in the Carabao
Phillips
next to Joe Gomez. He came off.
Let me check now. While you
came on the pitch against Brentford or Preston. I think he played against Preston, and he was way better than Gomez and Matip. And then we didn't see him again. He'd been treated like nonsense, man. It's not right.
He's been treated like dirt, fam. I can't even lie.
And I know people say he's on a high salary and all that. Yeah, I get that. Fair enough in it, but like,
see, I'm looking at it now. Like he went out on loan in the 1920 season. Yeah, so all right, so hear this now, guys. Right, this is kind of no, that can't be right. That can't be right because I've got here. He went out on loan when the season we won the league, and then he went on loan to Bournemouth in the 21-22 season, and he's just been kept ever since.
You know what though? Here's a good point that thingy's that
he's just here, bro.
Here. If a player wants to leave, Klopp allows it to happen, and we're pretty much all in agreement, right? It's what a lot of people say. So why has he not left if he wants to go? Because real talk, Klopp wouldn't just keep him around if he wants to go. Because Klopp does let people go who want to go. So what?
Because we've had an injury crisis towards the end of transfer windows where we've not allowed him to go, or teams haven't come with the bid that we deem acceptable.
True.
I don't know. There might be more to this one than we realize. I think. I don't think it can be literally just as black and white as like we're boying him off. Why would we boy him off?
All right. No. But you know what it is? No. When I say boy him off, it's more of a case of like, you see how we've got another crisis again because it looks like Virgil's going to get an extra ban or whatever. But obviously, we're hoping Konate, comes back next game. But let's say he doesn't. Well, at this present time for this up and coming Sunday. We've only got 3 defenders that we can rely on, and that's Joe Gomez, John Matip, and Kwanzaa, yeah. But let's say there's another injury, then we're in trouble again, innit? So, and you can't rule these things out. And we are that club that where these random innocuous things will happen. Like people will just start getting injured for no reason, and the season's only just started.
Endo can play centre back.
I think it's a little bit more difficult than we think, because. Even though you want to play football, yeah, I get it. You want to kick ball. We all want to kick ball as footballers, right? But I think you lot forget that when you play for an elite club, it's not as easy just leaving. There's a reason why Harry Maguire is going to hang around at Man United rather than go to West Ham. And West Ham aren't even that bad of a club. When you play for an elite club, when he went on loan to Bournemouth or wherever it was, he might have looked around the training ground, the facilities. He might have thought, right, being at Liverpool's different. Go look at the look on Brewster's face when he was looking around the Sheffield United ground and all that when he signed. And he
those
realized,
are different times, bro.
No. But he realized, right, I've just left an elite club. What is going on? Go and look at Tonali's face walking around Newcastle.
Yeah, but he settled in fine, bro.
Because he was looking at the facilities and he was like, right, when I was at Milan, we had elite facilities.
Yeah, I know, but that's but he's still going to a big club.
To leave a big team as you think it is. So, and Phillips knows he's never going to play for a club at this level again. No disrespect to him because the kid's good. But he leaves Liverpool. He's never playing for another top 6 team again. That's it. He's always going to be.
That's not always important to people, though, Drift. Some people just want to play ball, bro.
No, that is true. But I think we underestimate how important it is, though. Well, we act like, just go wherever you're going to play. Just go to that team. That ain't how it works. It ain't. Like, once you eat at a 5-star restaurant, once you sleep in a 5-star hotel, you can't go and sleep in a 3-star hotel without looking around thinking, what's going on here? Them man, they didn't even give me toothpaste. What, I got to bring my own shower gel?
No, but Drift. Stay with that analogy. Stay that with analogy, though, Drift. But if you get bad customer service at the 5-star and great customer service at the 3-star, it doesn't feel as bad.
No. I'd rather cry in a Bentley, Cal. I swear that.
No, bro, you wouldn't want to have bad service at a 5-star.
I'd rather cry in a Bentley, Cal.
It's up to you.
I'd rather cry in a Bentley, bro.
There are players out there who just want to play ball. Otherwise, he wouldn't have even gone out on loan, bro. Why would he go out on loan?
No, but when you go on loan, you know you're coming back. That's always the safety net. That's what people forget. The loan is the safety net. Your parent club is still your club.
Yeah, but you don't always come back.
Do you get what I mean? It's a safety net. It's a safety net. When you go out alone, it's basically like being given a hall pass. You know you still got your wife, but you're somewhere else at the moment. That's what it is. That's basically what kind of loan is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just
your
see
stuff's
someone
still in the
say-
wardrobe.
That's not true. No, someone just brought up Kanate and said he's only played. Was it 14 games? I'm like, no, last season he played 18, but even still, that's not great. Season before was 11, but he wasn't in favor when he first came. Last season was 18. He's got to get that at least to 30, bro. I can't even lie. Or like 28, 29.
Do you want to know something else as well? Because we'll move on. We spent about 5 minutes on that, Phillips. You know, sometimes a player might just know his place. And I'm not being disrespectful to that either, but not everybody can be that guy. And it's actually admirable when you get people like Adrian, for example. They just know their place and accept it. And they don't kick up a fuss. They're just happy to be there. Now, not everybody has to be Cristiano Ronaldo and want to be the best and all that. Some people are just happy to be there. I don't know.
No,
That Phillips one is a bit of a
that.
weird one. We'll never really know what's going on with that one. But
well, it remains to be seen whether we get a centre back. Obviously, it's only Tuesday. I think, if I'm not mistaken, deadline date is Friday evening. Yeah. So you know the links, obviously, because it's deadline, there's going to be plenty of stuff going around. So stay tuned for us. We're going to be covering some stuff on that. So don't worry about that, people. Make sure you tune in for us.
Do you guys think we'll sign anyone?
I actually think we will, but it just might be one player. Might be one player. I think we might sign one player. And I think it's going to be Gravenberch.
I think we get one in. I don't think it'll be Gravenberch, though. I don't know who.
I think it's Gravenberch.
I don't think... I know you guys spoke, so I won't spend long on this. I don't think the Gravenberch thing makes sense at all. For one, I think he prefers United than us. He's worked with Ten Hag before as well. They're in more of a need of a midfielder than we are, or that profile of a midfielder than we are. Also, he's moaning about game time at Bayern Munich. I'll be honest, if he comes to Liverpool, he's in the same position because he's not a 6. So... it's not like he'll come in and be an automatic starter because he's not better than McAllister. He's not better than Sabozla.
I agree with. I was thinking about that myself.
So, do you realize what you're saying right now? Do you know who you basically saying who we're going to sign? You said it without saying his name.
Who, Decore?
No. So you said a player who you think probably not going to be better than the 2 starters.
No. I think. No, I'm saying Gravenberch. I don't see the sense.
Oh, because you know what?
He's not better. He's not a guaranteed starter, and he's moaning about not getting game time now. So it's like,
yeah. I hear you. I thought he's.
I was thinking that. I was
worried.
Unless he doesn't like. Unless he doesn't like.
No.
What if he doesn't like Tuchel, Cal?
Everyone doesn't like Tuchel, but it still doesn't make sense from a football.
No, but maybe he'd be willing to leave Bayern Munich just purely based on the fact he don't get on with the manager.
Yeah, but I don't see why he'd come to Liverpool over Man United when he starts.
Because we're a better team than Man United.
No, but he starts for them, bro.
No, he does. But we're a better team than them.
You can use the argument right now that there is no evidence to say that we are better than them right now.
Better than who?
No, we are better than Man United. No, I'm not.
We're better than Man United.
No, wait, listen, we can't. We can say we think we are, but we can't sit here and say we like they can offer Champions League football. We can't.
No, yeah, all right.
I get that.
I get that part.
If we were to play Man United tomorrow, I think we beat them. But we can't sit here and say, yeah, we're better than like they can offer Champions League football, higher wages. It's a manager that he already was worked with.
Oh, at the moment, I don't know if they can offer more wages. Until the takeover, apparently their purse strings are pretty tight.
Oh, what, an FSG balling out, yeah? Giving us bare money.
No, but what I mean is I think Man United and Liverpool would give Gravenberch the same wages.
At least they've got purse strings, bro. We ain't even got a purse, bro. We just walk around with coins and hope for the best.
There's shekels in the pocket.
Spare change.
No wallet, bro. Just coins in the pocket.
South Park
just hope for the best.
I still think we could give Gravenberch the same wages United can at this present moment.
Yeah, probably Gravenberch.
No, probably, yeah, but then Man United could say, all right, we'll give him an extra 50. Shut Liverpool out. Because we know.
I don't know, apparently at the moment, they're actually kind of like struggling a bit at the moment.
Oh, well, with FFP and all them things, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, that is a great segue. Great segue, guys, to Takeover Rumours, because there's been a couple of rumours floating about Liverpool again, potentially taking over.
Man. Big up FSGPR.
whether it's Saudi, Qatar. I don't know if you guys seen it, but I have seen it. There's a couple of things we're talking about. potential investment, and there's also been stuff regarding takeovers as well, and about how that's why the real reason why JW Henry was over here, X, Y, and Z. Now, guys, you know the first thing I'm gonna ask you, and I think this is kind of obvious, but I'll get you guys answers. Cal, I'll go to you first. Do you think this is suspicious timing that this all suddenly breaks out? Transfer window, we're about to get there. Literally, we're like how many days away from it? 3 days away. Oh, look, there could be a takeover.
FSG have got the best PR, not in the world, but that I've ever seen in and around football. It's immaculate, absolutely sensational. When it seemed like we weren't going to give Salah a new contract, we tried to turn the fans against Salah. When Mane wanted to leave, started to turn the fans against Mane. Oh, when Genie wanted to leave, did the same thing. They're sensational. The FSG PR wheel is sensational. What happened in November? January window's coming up. We know we need a couple players. Tell him we might sell. Look how we lapped it up. Do you remember that Monday, boys, when we went live?
Oh yeah, because Austin brought the story. Yeah. Liverpool are looking to potentially sell us something.
I was off work by chance on that day. Went live in the afternoon. Went live again in the evening. All three of us. Remember when I brought up the comparison of players? And I brought up Zaha and Gakpo. Remember what you said, Drew? Take that off the screen. We ain't shopping there no more. You're right. We ain't shopping there no more because we ain't shopping at all, bro.
Is that saying we ain't shopping, bro?
We ain't shopping at all. Then what happens after the January window shuts? Gakpo, we only needed Gakpo. FSG spin again. Bellingham still in the background, Bellingham still got in the background. Don't forget about Bellas now. Don't forget about Bellas.
Bellingham was the biggest PR spin we've ever been sold.
Don't forget about Bellas. Enzo Fernandez. Oh, we don't need him. Let him go, Chelsea. We don't need him. We've got a rebuild in the summer. Summer comes true. Biggest transfer window in Liverpool history. War chest. Hendo and Fabgo. Oh, Saudi is corrupt. I can't believe they're throwing money around. It's corrupt. It's disgusting. Disgusting. So Bosley and McAllister signed. Oh, you remember? We only paid 35 mil for McAllister. Then what comes out after that? Oh, there's add-ons. No one mentioned the add-ons, though, did they? Keep the wheel spinning, you man. Keep the wheel spinning. Then what happens next? The Caicedo thing. Caicedo don't want us. We ain't going to just spend willy-nilly on anyone. No, we ain't getting bent over a barrel for no one. Let's go and get Endo. Japanese captain can play left back, centre back, right back, DM8. Boom. Klopp's got his man. Then what next, you man? What next? The Corey links start coming out. Feeding that to the fans. Tell him Palace might sell. What? 3 days left. Tell these man we're getting taken over. Shut them up in it. It's calm.
I'm not going to lie.
Cal, you forgot Mbappe 2020.
Bro. Mbappe! I forgot about Kylian.
No, but don't you forget, it was 2020. Then it got pushed back a year. I can't remember something.
2021.
2021. Then it was 2022. I think it was as well.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Cal. When you've just gone through that whole timeline.
But this is just in the last year, by the way.
I just genuinely just sit there and think, man might just like
they're immaculate.
Bro, their PR spin is absolutely amazing. Do you know how amazing it is? I never really thought about. You see the Caicedo thing? I was thinking about actually yesterday, guys, and I was like, Liverpool definitely agreed the fee. Brighton announced it, yeah. But do you want to know something? Liverpool agreed a fee with a player they already knew was going to Chelsea. They already knew. No, let me lie. All right.
Yeah.
Not saying they couldn't change their mind, but they knew there was a massive possibility. So they had to do a lot of background work to see if they could change his mind. And it just made me sit there and think, you wanted to spend 111 mil on a player that you knew you had to convince him and try and change his mind. Or you could potentially go and spend that 111 mil on somebody else if you really wanted to. But you never guess what.
Caicedo's a one-off player, though, isn't it?
No. He's a one-off. So hold on. This is what I'm going to say. There's many other players that are one-off players.
Sorry, don't forget about Schumann in the background running for.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Remember, Schumann Many. Oh, remember, if we don't get him, remember, there's a chance to get many. We're going to do is convincing, but the money's there. The purse strings are there, guys. It's there. 111 mil. Break the British record fee. I'm telling you from now, the more I think about it, the more I think, I hate to do this to our club, but I reckon we just fronted the money. And it would probably have been another loan as well. Because apparently, was it Soboslai one's a loan as well? Any guys? Isn't that a loan?
Yeah.
That's not actually a full, like...
It's a bank loan, yeah.
It's a bank loan. So it's not even from the transfer direct kitty. It's not from the kitty.
No, the man borrowed the money and they'll pay it back with our money. Remember that?
You know what we are? We're an Instagram flosser.
We're not even that drifty.
I don't even know.
We look good on the gram. We look good on the gram.
If we don't,
you see man in real life. You see man in real life. Man's down at Sainsbury's in flip flops, bro. We're you know what I mean. But man's got the Gucci loafers on Insta.
We're just one of them people that I don't even know. Like we're just.
FSG
we just like to window shop.
Why can't you just accept that the PR spin is just immaculate, you man? Why are you questioning?
Do you know what the PR stands for when it comes to FSG?
Say that again, bro.
The PR, what it stands for when it comes to FSG.
What does it stand for?
Them little pussy ass, bruv. That's what it stands for, bruv. Because it that's all it is. Them man keep the tag on the jacket and then take it back after the event. That's who FSG are.
Here's one you man have forgot. Then when the Super League thing come out, who apologized on camera? Who apologized on camera?
Swear. Clear play, clan of finance. Nah, it should be clear pay finance guys or something. That's what we are.
Remember when the Super League thing come out and they were the only owners that came out and apologized on camera? We'll make it up to you fans in the summer.
Oh yeah.
What summer? What summer were they gonna make it up to us?
No, but the man, do you know when I knew we was in the mud? What owner makes an apology in his kitchen, fam? On a big man thing. No, big man thing. Do you know any billionaire that's gonna speak to the world and make an apology in your kitchen? Am I lying, guys? No, big man thing. You see, if that was Todd Bowley, bro, if that's Bowley, he's doing that in at least in like a restaurant where he's sitting down with bare directors looking all mad. Bro, our owner was sitting there on a you know them
Todd Bowley would apologize he'd have his arm around Kylian Mbappe. That's how he'd apologize, bro.
Yeah, but you know them old school wooden the stools, bro. Like what was that?
I big up 60. This is exactly what I was gonna say. That's what it stands for, Bob. I big up 60, man. Literally took the words out of my mouth. That is exactly what they are, bro. They're the fully sold group, bro.
The billionaire who's got so much money and actually owns a lot of franchises made an apology in his kitchen to say sorry to the fans, bro. Do you know how mad that sounds? Well, I can't even do the thing, but when he just said, like, I can't remember what he said. It's something about my forget. What did he say? Can you not even remember what he said?
No, bro. That's the point of PR, bro. It just stays ready at the time.
Someone send me the video on Twitter so we can play that in here, please. We won't get copyrighted for that. Someone's kitchen, bro. We can't get copyrighted for that.
Someone was whisking. Someone was making pancakes.
You could hear Linda in the background. The microwave pinged. I heard it.
What are you saying? The pop tarts and that, yeah?
Yeah, bro. If it played long enough for the outtakes, you would have heard Linda say, "Your hot chocolate's ready, babe." No, I'm filming, babe. Give me a minute.
Man would have gone, yeah. Watch these mugs lap that up. That's probably what he said when he come off camera.
Someone send me the video, please, on Twitter if you can. But yeah, that's where we are, guys. That's our owner, innit? That's where we're at.
We're not getting sold. They're making too much money from us.
All right, so
when I say that, so I'll clear that up because I don't want people to think I'm saying they're not taking money out of the club, but they're making so much money because we're part of their portfolio.
Hey. Do you want them scrambled or boiled?
Sunny side up, love. Like, come on, man. We just got that's what I'm calling them from now on, man. They're the fully salt gang. That's what they are, bro. And they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn.
And this is why, like, I know our manager can make ton of mistakes. He can make mistakes with tactics. He can make mistakes with personnel. He can make mistakes with who we ultimately end up getting in the end, maybe from his maybe just not best judgment. However, one thing I can always say, and I think these guys will agree with me, he is the one person where you look at and just go, if he had another owner that was able to give him what he actually needed, and I know there's always been these talks about, Klopp didn't want to get this player, but when you start hearing a man, you know, the Get Out meme where like he starts to break, there's the one guy when he starts to break. You know, Klopp almost broke character when he says something like, I know our means, and sometimes, what do you say? Sometimes I don't agree with it, but I'm not going to complain. He basically broke character there, you know. The tear came down.
That annoys me because that is his job to complain. It is his job to complain.
All right, so when he complains, and he probably has done behind the scenes, but remember, Klopp isn't someone that's going to address that in public. He's never going to come out and say, those owners, there's times when they really piss me off and I just have to tell them he can't.
Which I agree with. He shouldn't.
No. So I don't. Shall I tell you why? And this is why I don't. When it comes to the fans and us saying stuff, he's got all the chat in the world. All the chat in the world to cuss us fans out when he thinks we're in the wrong. Go speak to, address stuff at home. Don't be a bad man out on road and then when you're at home, you're a squeaky mouse, bro. Sort stuff out behind the scenes. 111 million pounds these man put up. You're meant to be able to get someone now. You're meant to be able to go to the owner's door and say, what, you've been hiding this money? I'm getting him and I'm getting him. If I ain't getting him, I'm walking. If I ain't getting him, I'm walking or I'm leaking something tomorrow. Try me. You're the guy. He's meant to be complaining.
Yeah, but let me ask you this: Didn't he do that for Caicedo?
When has it ever ended well? When a manager outs the owners in public, you man. If you can give me one example when an owner is outed by the manager in front of everyone and it's ended well, then I'll be like, okay. And even that would just be an anomaly. It would be the outlier. If you out the owners, you lose your job.
But Jiffy, if you love the club as much as you say you do what you have to do, bro.
No, but maybe Klopp realizes that it's better off if he just helps the club in the way he knows how to, rather than leaving us in the mud. Because if Klopp goes, I don't really know where we go from here.
But if Klopp ends up getting sacked, what does the fan base do? We go full revolt.
but that's way down the line.
No, it's not, Drift. The day Klopp gets sacked, within 20 minutes, the fan base revolts. And I'm saying that as someone who loves Klopp but also questions him. But there are men out there who won't even question whether Klopp used to wear glasses or not. But them man and all of us will all be united in going, right, it's them. That's it now. We solely focus. But right now, there's some of us
But do you really think they care though, bruv? If you go and look at Mike Ashley, if you go and look at Daniel Levy, if you go and look at the Glazers, bro, owners just don't give a damn. No, Let's just keep it a buck. How often do owners really care, you man? Daniel Levy been dragging Spurs through the mud for years, bro.
What do Spurs do? Ours don't, bro. You're telling me I'm not being funny. Maybe I'm being biased here. But you see the Liverpool fan base, yeah? You see when we come together and we want change, we make it happen. Ticket prices, we made it happen. Super League, we made it happen. How many things do we make happen? Furlough, we made that happen.
But getting rid of your owners is arguably, in my opinion, just quickly, is arguably one of the biggest, like one of the hardest things to do because they're the. Anything else, what you just mentioned, I fully agree with you. I'm not trying to say we shouldn't do it, by the way. I'm not trying to say you don't revolt against your owners. But one thing I will say is it's the hardest thing to do because they are the owners. And at the end of the day, they can not do what they want, but they can do what's right in their mind within their means.
Them man there stormed the castle.
I'm not saying we don't.
And the Glazers are still there, bruv.
The Glazers might be still there, but they're still spending money for the boss. They're still doing that. They're still
there though, Cal, and the fans don't want them.
Like, let's be real. If in a year's time, FSG gave Klopp absolutely everything. Let's say we were Klopp for a day and we all wanted the centre back, a right back, and a centre midfield, and we got that. We ain't gonna be sitting there going FSG are crap owners. We're gonna be sitting there going they stepped up. Let's see what they do next. But if Klopp ain't challenging them the way he challenges us, the way he challenges officials and all that, what is it like? Because to me right now, it seems like Klopp's a little frustrated, but he's still on board with these lot.
Yeah, he's got a good relation. He's got a good relationship with them, innit?
And that's the problem, bro. Why has he got a good relationship with these man?
No, it's not a problem, Cal. I don't want my owner and my manager beefing. It's not a problem.
I don't want
what it is they should just be doing more. They should just be doing more. I don't want my owner and my manager beefing. That's all that toxic shit. That's like watching your mum and dad beefing when you're a kid. I don't want to see all of that. But what I do want is for the owners to actually appreciate the manager that we have and do more.
But they don't. And that's so the analogy you've just used, bruv. If I see my dad being unappreciative to my mum bending over backwards, then I'm not going to like my dad. But you have a good relationship with him.
Oh, I'm not going to speak for you, but in my situation, I still wouldn't want my mum and dad to be divorced, though.
I'll be real. I'd say to my mum, you need to be happy. Bun my man respectfully. Because if you ain't respecting me,
I personally wouldn't, because I'm
happy. I want mum to be happy, brother. If that's taking a mick, I want mum to be happy, brother. It is what it is.
Loneliness ain't always happy though, so I'd be like,
she's gonna be lonely, brother. She's a good woman. She'll find
as long as it ain't physical. I want mum and dad to stay together. But anyway, I don't want that toxicity like spilling out.
Bruv. If I need my club to be where it needs to be, in it. So if
of course.
I mean, if the owner starts beefing, if the manager starts beefing the owners in public, that's toxicity.
I just think.
I don't like it when I see Mourinho and content, all these men do it. It just looks messy. Like I said, I don't want the Housewives of Anfield. And I don't want all of that. Just all of that foolishness, bro.
I don't want we got.
No,
now.
I hear what you're both are saying, but Carl, just to kind of go back to your point, one thing you was talking about, I should maybe kick up a fuss or stink or whatever and say, if I don't get this, I could potentially walk or whatever. I kind of feel like he done that for Caicedo, you know? Because even when he said, like, because come on, bro. I mean, then again, I don't know, because then again, it's like, was it PR? Was it actually Klopp? It's hard to say, but you can also look at it another way. If it wasn't a PR spin, let's say it wasn't PR spin and it was actually the truth, that would mean he would have to have convinced the owners to drop 111 on Caicedo. Because remember when he did say, "Oh, the owners like they've really stretched the budget." Remember he said something, and then like he was basically saying like, "Right, they wouldn't normally do this, but I had to really convince them that this player, like what you say, is the needle mover, like what you know what you say, Carl, like." So you can look at that and go, he has done that, but maybe he doesn't do it enough. That's the problem. Like maybe there's too much times when he doesn't like that confrontation where he needs to be that guy. Because if not, if you don't stand up for what's right, if you think it's right, you're just gonna get walked all over, innit? So it's a thing where we sit here again, only 2-3 more days to the end of the window, and we're in a situation where we still need players. And we're being linked, and we're not being strongly linked with anybody. And it's like, is that Klopp's fault? If it's FSG's fault, like that's all right at the moment.
Their fault. It's both of them. It's been both of their faults the whole time. No, let me change that. It's been both their faults in the last 2 years. In the last 2 years, it's been both of their faults. Klopp's too stubborn and too rigid, and FSG are just bitches. Like, it's both of them. One may be worse than the other. Yes, agreed. And I think FSG are worse than Klopp, but they're both in it together. They're both doing things wrong, which is culminating why we are where we are. Let's not make no bones about it, guys. Klopp wanted to keep Milner and wanted to keep Fab and Hendo. He wanted to do those things, not FSG. FSG didn't want to do those things. But I tell you what FSG didn't want to do is say, all right, you're going to lose those players. Here's 200 mil. Go do what you need to do. So they're both at it. They're both at it.
So what is this? So what's the resolution for you?
I'm at a point now I just want to see revolt. I want to see violence now.
Would you be happy?
I'd have short-term violence for long-term success of this club.
If Klopp was to leave,
because I've been quiet now. And
all right, let me give you a scenario. Klopp gets mad, so mad. He's like, "Give me this or I walk." He walks. Everyone turns on FSG. We're going to get a new manager. Let's say we got De Zerbi. He's like man of the hour right now, isn't it? We go and get De Zerbi. Are you going to be happy with that? Like so, but let's say De Zerbi is a lot more, shall we say, vocal about things and trying to change those owners' minds. But remember, still the owners, they still gonna just do what they want to do. Do you think that's gonna solve anything potentially?
I don't know. But here's the thing: I don't know. I just need to see change now. I need to see the owners. I need to see some sort of change. Because we as a fan base, seem to be scared of change. We can't change anything. If we don't change anything, we can't expect different results.
I don't think we're scared. I don't think we're scared.
I don't think we're scared of change though.
But losing Klopp is just not the answer.
As a fan base, we are scared of change. But the moment someone says, "What happens if Klopp leaves? If he has a bad run or he goes and does a madness and the team are languishing?" everyone go, we can't sell. No, Klopp can't go. We got to let him see out his contract.
But that's not scared of change, bro. That's knowing there's nobody out there who can do a job as good as him.
But I wouldn't even say that for me. I wouldn't even say that.
That's what change is, though, guys.
Change for the worse isn't worth the change, though, bro.
I just think he's the right man for Liverpool. He's the right man for Liverpool, but he
might be the right man. But if he's not performing right for Liverpool, then we have to have conversations. But as a fan base, we're scared to have these conversations.
No.
Crazy. I'm not saying I want him out. I'm just using an example here. As a fan base, I do think we are quite scared of change.
I'm not scared of change at all. I don't think so. I don't think it's that. I just think
anything outside the Klopp can change. But I just don't think there's any point in getting rid of the manager.
No. Listen to what I'm gonna say. I don't want Jurgen Klopp to leave, but if there comes a time when the results are stinking up the joint, and I feel like Raj, he's not the right man for Liverpool anymore, I'm gonna say it. But I'm just not there yet. But if I get there, I will say that because it's as much as we love Jurgen Klopp as the manager. He's not Liverpool. He's Liverpool manager. He's a massive part of Liverpool. Liverpool will still go on because obviously one day he will leave, innit? One day he's going to go, whether he leaves on his ones or he gets fired or whatever, he will leave, innit? And we will always love Jurgen Klopp. I'm not scared of change because it's cycles, innit? That's football cycles, players, managers, that's calm. But what I don't want to see is him leave too early when it's not his time to leave, and we still got these silly owners. I have to be careful because I see little man in the room. Silly owners, that are just not good enough. They're just silly. They're just not good enough.
Who's actually gullible enough to think that Klopp leaving would change the way FSG operate? Let's say he did do the martyr thing. I'm going to walk if you don't give me what I need. You're messing up my ability to do my job properly. I'm going to bounce. He does it. We're proud of him. Or Cal's proud of him for doing, the right thing. He walks. Another manager comes in. FSG ain't doing nothing different. But now we just got a worse manager.
You might be right, Drift, but
I don't want to live in that world.
But here's the thing. You automatically think FSG won't do anything different. But when Arteta went in at Arsenal, they've changed their whole philosophy because he's been able to convince them to spend more.
But a lot of people have made me realize they've got full ownership, bro, and that's what the difference is.
I hear what you're saying, but who's to say another manager comes in and says, what, Klopp wants to do like this? No, I'm not doing that. I'm coming in, and if you're not spending the money, we're going to get left behind. I want money. We need money. So there's no guarantee that FSG is still going to be the same. I'm not saying they're going to start splashing and breaking records every transfer they do, but who's to say they won't add some more players? Who's to say they won't get more money in because
13 years of history, Cal.
No, but two managers.
No, but 13 years of history. I'm going off of what they've shown me, bro. They've shown me for 13 years that they won't ever do that. So they're not going to change for a De Zerbi. They're not going to change for a De Zerbi. We're talking about the same owners who wouldn't hire Ancelotti because they knew they'd have to give him a lot of money. That's the type of people we're dealing with here. Bro.
Exactly. And Klopp took the job. Why? Because he doesn't mind working under constraints like that.
Yeah, but that's because he's.
So that's what I'm saying. There's two sides to the story.
I would say, but they were at a different time of their careers. The Ancelotti is the godfather. Klopp want a godfather like that.
No, so I hear that. But right now, Klopp is still saying, "I'll make it work." But he said it in the interview, "I'll make it work." But I don't want to be because
he loves Liverpool, bro.
No, I hear that. But when
he don't want to leave us.
But so whose job is it to complain about the ownership and the owners not spending?
Hear what I'm saying? Young Klopp is not.
I think he moans privately. He just doesn't do it publicly. I reckon that Caicedo bid was a little bit of a fire lit under them by Klopp being angry.
Do you know what it is, Drift? I think Jurgen Klopp is not like faultless at all. Yeah, he makes mistakes. He does, and he probably can be more vocal. However, what this man has brought for Liverpool, and you can see how the players are still responding to him, the way how we're even performing this season, and we know our squad is incomplete. It still kind of shows you like what he means to those players that he's brought to the club and the players that he's just brought in, the players that were there before. He's still the guy to take us forward as things stand right now. That can all change throughout season because obviously it's a season, isn't it? But what I'm saying is this. Before we even start having conversations about Jurgen Klopp, we need to have conversations about our owners. Like, I'm not, and again, I just want to stress, doesn't mean say we can't talk about Klopp. Doesn't mean say that we can't, his tactics are rubbish or his favoritism, all of that stuff. But I'm saying for him to literally leave, he would have to do a lot because our owners are still here working under these same restraints. And you might be right, Cal. Maybe he doesn't speak up, even if the owners were different. Maybe he's a bit like, well, I just like to make it work. I'm not really the guy that likes to go out and spend loads of money. And that's when I'll be like, rah, you really was that guy that just didn't want to spend. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But as things stand right now, we've got the same owners that are not willing to be ambitious in the slightest. The most amount of money they have ever spent is when we sold a player to Barcelona. That was Coutinho, bro. Back in 2017, I think it was. That's the only time that's not even been ambitious. You're just using the money that you was given. That's all you did. You didn't put your hand in your pocket. This whole model of we only spend what we make. Do you know how outdated that is?
We know this though.
You got
hence why I want my manager to speak up about it. If he can't speak about who
he spoke about it, he just didn't know what it is. He spoke about it. He just didn't revolt
for them as well, Matt. Though that's the problem. He's also covered for them as well.
No, I would say
he has.
When
Matt, to be honest, he has.
Hear me out. When he says things like, sometimes I find the player that I want, and it's not what I like. Then, you know, he's already saying he's frustrated when there's times when he wants to get a player and he's basically been told we ain't got the budget. We ain't got the budget.
Hold on, but Matt, in that same press conference, he says if there's a player I want, we do everything we can to get that player as well. He said that. Those were his words.
I'm sure he will try his best. Like he tried to get... Well, I get it. I don't even...
No, but that's what I was going to say. History kind of shows that when he really wants a player, a lot of the time, unless there's a reason we can't, as in the player picks another club or something crazy happens, we usually get that player. The problem is we don't get that player enough, or we don't get enough signings. We do get players that Klopp wants, we just don't get enough signings. And my question is that solely down to FSG, solely down to Klopp, or does it fall somewhere in the middle? Because we as fans can sit here and say we know we need a centre-back. But if Klopp's sitting there going, Colwill is really the guy I wanted, but if I can't get Colwill, then you know what? I'll wait another year. That's not on the owners, that's on Klopp. But we don't know. We can only speculate, right?
Of course.
But also history will dictate that or show that Klopp is kind of that guy. We could have signed Sven Botman. We could have signed other centre-backs. He wanted to wait for Konate. We got Konate. My argument from the beginning has been, if Klopp can't moan about the crap owners we have, who can? How can we get change? Because we all want to go to war for Klopp. But if he's not giving us the green light to go to war for him, we can't go to war for him. We need something from him. We need to get the owners out. We have to.
Yeah,
How
no.
can we get them out?
The thing, here's what I'm going to say. He's Liverpool manager and he loves being Liverpool manager. And right now he feels like he's doing a good job. You do realize the moment he does what you're saying, he's done. It only ends one way. And I'll be honest, he might be he might take that bullet, but he's thinking, if I have to take that bullet, I will never be able to finish my journey with Liverpool manager. And maybe we can sit there and say selfish because you're thinking about himself. But we just have to be honest. You're not going to fight your boss and win in this regard, in this football world. It doesn't work. I have never seen a manager oust owners. I don't think I can remember a time.
You're never out.
Because if there is, then I'm going to say, what a time to be alive. Because I can't think of a time, bro, when a manager complained so much, the owners were like, oh, this guy's getting on my... Can't we just bounce you, man? I've had enough of him. They never do that. Do you know what they do? They just say to the manager, you done too much talking, brethren. You done too much talk. You're doing too much. You need
They'll
to
say
go.
You took the boardroom public. Get out.
You get what I'm saying? So you're not wrong. I just think that it's not gonna...
You might be right. You might be right. But let me ask you guys another question. Klopp doesn't get what he wants or needs. Yeah. And then we languish and have a bad season and us fans start calling for his head and he gets sacked. What happens then?
Sorry, say that again?
If you're calling for Klopp's head, then I think you're being over the top.
You're not, though, because
if he has a bad season, if
he has a bad season and the fans go, oh, that's two terrible seasons in a row.
Yeah.
And the fans start calling for his head, or FSG go, this is unacceptable. We got to see you off.
No, but if we call for him, that's a different to the. All right, so if he has let's say we have a shocking season,
it works two ways. He might sit down and not say anything, and he stays in the job, or he might sit down and say nothing, and it backfires, and he gets sacked.
Bro, I understand. No, but that's how
he's saying something, Cal. He's just not saying it in public.
I'm
truly believe Klopp sitting at home thinking everything's fine and not saying anything privately?
I don't know, Drift.
Bro, come on, man. You don't become as successful as him if you're by being stupid. He is
I'm not saying
just,
he's being but
he's
I'm
not
not
just
saying he's
saying
being
nothing
stupid.
private.
No, I'm not. There's a difference between being. He might look at his squad and think I've got enough here. But he signed Endo. None of us would have signed Endo, and look how happy he was. So we can't sit there and say that he echoes how we feel. But he said it the other day, bro. The amount of names that we're linked with. He even said it. The amount of names we're linked with, I don't even know half of them. He said that. So we can't sit here and assume that he says everything we want him to say. We can't.
Of course we can't, but we also can't assume he's not saying anything.
I wanted to segue, guys.
I think he looks extremely frustrated when he does a lot of transfer talk, which suggests to me that there's a lot of frustrating transfer conversations that go on in private. He always gets frustrated with the transfer stuff. But
all right, do you know what, guys? Let's read out the supers and then we're gonna get back to business. Big up Omar. So here we go with red shirt player got happy, but it was
Nottingham Forest. I think is it no maybe
was it? Oh, okay. You saw okay. You probably is Nottingham Forest, actually, to be fair. I did see them linked to someone today. Sadiq, I'm not gonna lie, merch is fire. Cow sales specialist. Wait.
Big up Sadiq.
Big up Sadiq, man. Matt's hairline, what's going on, bro? Boys, what did I say about Sunday? Had to go IK and get me a you dead frame, you know. Pretty sure in 9 months there's about to be on my hairline, junior. Oh, Matt's hairline, you know. Sure, man. Tron, sick of this underdog mentality. Papering over the cracks again with wins. Sign some players so we properly challenge. Back to Matip and Gomez in 2023. Shake my head. That is so true, by the way, in terms of like papering over the cracks. It does. However, we still got to win. Like, I get what you mean about papering the cracks, but you do realize it'll be worse if there were cracks and we weren't even winning. So, like, we know the cracks are there. They're there regardless. We could win games, they're still there.
I'd also like to say as well, regardless of whether you want to blame Klopp or not for having a certain type of mentality, the mentality of your club always comes from the ownership. Always. It's irrelevant. Klopp wouldn't be allowed to be an underdog if FSG were more ambitious. So no matter what the scenario is, your owners set the tone of how you are as a club. So we're underdogs because of our owners. Simple.
I agree with that still. Liam members. Liam been a member for 26 months. Big up Liam. Evening all.
Big up
yourself, Liam. I think Carl's internet's gone again. Apologies, my internet's moving a bit mad now. Yeah, my internet's moving crazy. Great stuff. Hold on. Trevor, Carl, please ask Jiff if he's invested in the air fryer yet. Jiff, you got an air fryer? I know Carl's not here to ask you, so.
I haven't. Don't get it twisted though. I am looking to get one though, because everybody who's got an air fryer,
they say it's amazing. I don't even have one.
The best way to cook food. Hey, you know what? I make chips in a normal fryer. I'm not gonna lie. Puts a bit of pounds on still.
It does, bro. I was gonna say I've got the fry, you know, the deep fryer, bro.
Yeah, the deep fryer. Yeah, when you eat food out the deep fryer,
bro,
you'll see a little bit of extra gut in the morning.
I used it. You know, I put the fry. I know I put the chicken in there as well to deep fry the chicken. Are you crazy, bro? Make it like KFC. Hey, listen.
I'm not gonna lie. The deep fryer, it depends what you're cooking though, because the wifey makes some battered fish in the deep fryer.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think the air fryer is doing it. You know, sometimes
it's not. But it's different though. Yeah. It's not like that.
Some things have to be made in the deep fryer, but I do want to get an air fryer. Everybody swears by it.
Yeah, for real. Official AMD speaks. FSG's PR is like Thanos with all the stones. So true, man. Big up Biggs. Says, boys, I sent you how FSG move on Insta. The old man, old man whining his girl. FSGR, Adam Levine watching his wife. Get D and say, well, soft. Yo, it's good for me past that watershed. Still soft. Yeah. Mac 10, you never walk alone. What's the point of revolting if Klopp is gone?
Yeah, I agree with
that. For LFC, FSG don't care. Anfield will still be full on match day. Been a member.
No,
for 38 months,
and
big
this
yourself,
is what
bro.
I'm saying. Big up yourself for 38 months as a member as well, bro. Big
Trust
up.
me.
This is what I'm saying. When you own a football club like Liverpool, yeah, people can do like protests and people can do all those things. And I'm not saying don't do that if you think it's going to make change, because it might be good and it can, maybe it can work. But what I'm trying to explain to people is an institution as big as Liverpool, it will always, like, the stadium will always be full. People will always buy merchandise because that's just who we are and what we're about. And we spoke about this on Friday when we was talking about this, people who have like shirt collections. You weren't here, Matt, but like people, with the conversation became about like, do you buy merch or not, to try and hit the owners in the pocket. And some of the callers made brilliant points of like, if you're a Liverpool fan and your kid wants a shirt, you can't punish your kid because you don't like the ownership, because your kid don't understand, nor does he care about no ownership. He just wants that new shirt. You might have a collection of shirts and you might have been collecting for years, but are you going to skip like 4 or 5 years worth of your collection because of an ownership? And then, do you get what I mean? You're going to look back on it and you're going to have that big gap in your collection. Like, it can't just always be as easy as just saying to someone, everybody just stop buying stuff. Because at the end of the day, do you know how you really hit them in the pocket, Matt? We all stopped buying subscriptions to watch the Liverpool games. So we tell me, because of FSG, you're never going to watch your beloved club again. Because I could sit here right now and tell you categorically, it is irrelevant how bad it gets under this ownership. When it comes down to a Saturday afternoon, I need to watch my Liverpool. I need to watch my Liverpool. No matter what you want to tell me, it's ingrained in my way of life. I need to watch my Liverpool. I'm not going to not watch Liverpool ever again until FSG go. What if they're here for another 5 years? What, I don't watch Liverpool for 5 years? No. So, like, there's a fine line between how you do things, and it ain't as easy as just everybody stop going to games, everybody stop doing this, everybody stop doing that, because it just doesn't work like that. Like, that's an ideal world. It's very easy to just say these things. It's harder for it to actually be a fact and a reality. So it's a sticky one, isn't it? It's a sticky one.
I just think like these owners are just they're just not good enough for where we need to be. They had a good run with us in terms of getting us to where we needed to get to, but now we're in a different place now, innit? Like, we've tasted success, obviously with Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, Carling Cup, and it's like the year after, like, we just didn't even do nothing, like, in the transfer market. Like, just things I just think to myself, like, we're Liverpool. And not only that, it seems like we're the only top club that always has to watch our pennies, like, all the time. Like, I'm sick and tired of this, like, whole, like, Liverpool, not broke, but that's like, we just haven't got, the money's not there to do certain things. Like, and I'm seeing other teams just, like, surpass us. Like, look at Arsenal. They haven't been in Champions League for how long? And look how they've been able to spend money, like, year after year. Like, it's just, even like this year, it's crazy to me. I just think to myself, there's always an excuse. That's another thing that I don't like as well. When we're in the Champions League, there'll be an excuse. When we're out of the Champions League, we can't spend money because we're not in the Champions League. Do you realize the hit that we've had? It's like, but when we're in the Champions League, we don't even really spend like that anyway. Always only bringing about 3 players max. Always. Don't matter the situation. All the time, bro.
Do you want to know something else that I realized, Matt? And again,
all the time, it's the same thing.
This is
3 players.
This is like half devil's advocate, half what I see. As fans, I don't think we actually realize what we're like. And sometimes I'm able to hold accountability within myself because I'm like this as a person, and I'm able to take myself out of it a bit and look at things objectively when I'm not in the emotion at the moment. And I don't think we understand as fans that we just always want more. And no fan will understand it. Most fans won't admit it, but it just is what it is. So let me give you an example. Chelsea have had £1 billion almost spent by the club in the last 12 months.
Have you seen their squad though? Their squad don't even look good.
But here's the madness, Matt. If you speak to a Chelsea fan today, he'll tell you they still need more. We're never satisfied, bro. As fans, let's just keep it a buck.
Nah,
we are never.
That's a bad example, though, because that's them. They are spoiled.
No. But it's an obvious example.
They've done big spots and Abramovich arrived. They've done been spots in Abramovich, right?
Them man will still tell you they need more, and they've nearly spent £1 billion in 12 months. So I'm just saying, sometimes as fans, we just want it to just keep being that way because it's the fun part of football.
I hear you,
well,
but
we
Chelsea...
need transfers, and I'm not saying that's how I feel, but I think a lot of people don't put themselves into that train of thought where they think, is it a thing where like we're just wanting for the sake of wanting? Because I reckon we could like get like 2 or 3 players, and somebody will still be like, but we still need that. We still need that. It's like sometimes it could be a never-ending thing of like just wanting. Because the fun part of being a football fan is just transfers, signings, etc.
No, but the thing is,
to just play that devil's advocate for a second.
Yeah.
Fans are always going to want more. Arsenal fans are still saying anymore. Look how much money Arsenal, how many players Arsenal just bought. Like, it's always more. Everybody always wants more.
It depends where you are in your squad sort of like rebuild or evolution or revolution. Because in my opinion, I look at Chelsea and think they spent £1 billion, whatever it is, but they have made some shocking signings, some bad signings. And even over the years, think of all the managers that have been at Chelsea and look how much each manager has spent, even over the years.
Still signings, bro.
No. But they've made bad signings. That's why, even though they are spoiled, they are mad spoiled. Come on, bro. They got Abramovich back in 2003. They're spoiled. However, they've realized they've made some of the worst investments. Like, they just made bad investments. That's why they need more. That's why they keep needing more. Whereas a club like Liverpool, we've made some of the best investments over the last 5-6 years. And all we ask for is a bit more. Look at Man City. They started off.
Ooh, I don't know if we've made bad investments. We haven't invested enough, but I don't know.
No. I said we've made good. No, sorry, I said it wrong. We've made good investments, like really good investments over the last 5-6 years. So that's why we don't need. We're not greedy. We just need a little bit more. We don't need.
I'm not saying we don't need more. I was just playing devil's advocate for a second and saying sometimes if you take yourself out of the emotion, you'll realize fans always want more because it's just it's the fun part of being a fan.
Yeah, of course.
You get what I mean? Like. Transfer windows is the fun part of being a fan. Who's my club going to buy? Of course. Who are we going to get? I love that player. Is he going to sign for my club? It's the fun part. Even though it's frustrating when you don't buy anyone, it's the fun part, innit? It's the bit everybody waits for. Who are we going to buy? The window's open. So I'm just saying, even when you go and talk to like Arsenal fans, Chelsea fans, fans of clubs, and they've bought better players, and they're still like, we need more. I'm like, how much more do you want? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. But I just look at it like this. We actually just need more signings. We're one of the top teams that probably never do enough, but because we're very shrewd with how we operate. When I say shrewd, like that signing will just hit the ground running because we made that right signing, like a Luis Diaz, like a Kanate, like a Jota, like them man, like there's other players I'm not thinking of, but they just hit the ground running. So like, we're blessed. However, when you look at it overall, like the overall landscape from when Klopp landed, we should have done way more as a club.
No, that's a fact. Like I said, I was just doing the devil's advocate too.
Yeah, of course.
Even within the Liverpool fan base right now, I can assure you right now, let's just say FSG went and got us a midfielder, they got us a centre back, and they even got us a right back. The fan base will still be like, where's Salah's backup? Like I'm just saying, like, there's always going to be that moaning or complaining or that want for more because that's just what we do as fans. So to a degree,
it's not that drift. It's because we've been misplaced for so long because we haven't had these things for so long. There's no patience.
I don't know, bruv. I think fans are just always like that. It's the fun part for fans, wanting transfers, wanting new players. Like it's just like I said, when I'm talking to Arsenal fans and they're still talking about, we need this and we need that. I'm like, hold on a minute, you just bought this, you spent how much money, and you still want more.
Where they are.
It's just part of the mentality of football fans.
I get that, but there's only so much you can do. Remember, in one window anyway, and also depends on where your squad is at. How much rebuilding do you have to do? For Liverpool fans, we've always been. We don't obviously we love names, but just give us the right player. Like it don't matter. It doesn't matter if Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz was not a world-class winger when we bought him. Luis Diaz was not 100 million. No one was screaming for 100 million winger at that time. When we were linked with Luis Diaz, especially, and this is more so for you, Drift, you were absolutely elated that we were linked to him. We were going to go and get him. And look, it turns out when they paid like 37, rising to 45 add-ons, whatever. No, you didn't care about fee, bro. You just cared about, is he the right player? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, all we care about at Liverpool, more so than I think a lot of clubs, is give us the right player, because we know how good our culture is. We know how good that player can be within our system. We know how good the coaching is in X, Y, and Z. So that's why we're not too focused on price.
I mean, I agree with you, but at the same time,
Like,
Endo
give
would
me
be a
quality.
complete contradiction to that, though.
Well,
Because
just give
Endo
us
didn't
quality.
cost a lot. He's apparently his
but-
stats say
but
that he's good quality, but we're moaning
quality.
about it.
No, but we had no. But again with Endo, quality.
But there's a
Right,
reason
there's a
we're
difference.
moaning.
The statistics say he's quality, though.
In
But we know
Bundesliga playing
football's not
for
statistics, Drift. Come on, Drift, man. Come on, Drift.
No, but we can't. No, but we can't moan about it until it's proved wrong,
my
right?
God,
Like in an
bro.
ideal world, we can't moan about it until it's proved wrong.
Bro,
but we
You're
bro.
the first to shut
You're
down
the first
the
person.
statistics
We're talking about
argument, bro.
stats in this argument.
Yeah, again, guys, I'm playing devil's advocate to just show you, lot, that sometimes as fans we are just like constantly complaining. Sometimes I take myself out of the emotion and I think about it. Sometimes I'm like,
you know what it is?
we as fans we do moan a lot. So
all
what
right, all right, guys. This is a great segue. Just quickly, this is a great segue. We're gonna bring this up. We're gonna talk about this right now. This for me comes down to one of the key points that we're going to talk about today. That's our recruitment and recruitment analysis, yeah, and how Liverpool have been building the squad over the last 2 to 3 years. That's a great segue, and I'll tell you why. Going off what you just said, I'm going to ask you lot both this: Lavia, Caicedo, Endo. Who's the odd one out? Drift, I'll start with you.
Endo.
Why? Why is he the odd man out? Why?
Because he doesn't play in the Premier League. He's out of age profile.
Okay, so Liverpool went for Lavia, young, talented midfielder, then tried to get almost the guy that's the next level up from him, and then we go to a guy who's nowhere near that age bracket, right? Okay. Cal, I'll ask you the same question. I already know the answer you're going to give me. Who's the odd man out?
Yeah, Endo.
What does that say about our recruitment? That we've gone from a profile of player that is 21 years of age, 22 years of age, has a high ceiling, and then we suddenly now we're going by a 30-year-old experienced Bundesliga midfielder / defender. Tell me why the profile changed there. I need someone to tell me why. Kyle, start with you. Tell me why it changed, bro.
Because we don't have a good structure behind the scenes. 1 minute it's Klopp can pick who he wants, and the next minute is Klopp can't pick who he wants. There's no structure. There's no consistent structure. For me, you either have a committee or the manager makes all the signings. You can't flirt in between the two. We can criticize both when it happens, but this whole Klopp either gets his man sometimes or doesn't, or the committee decide on who to get or sometimes don't. Like, the DM position has literally shown the whole ugly side of our recruitment. Klopp wanted Lavia. The recruitment team didn't put up enough money. We didn't get Lavia. Then we go all the way overboard for Caicedo. Don't get him. Left with egg on our face because, let's be real, Chelsea have done all the work behind the scenes to get that over the line, and we try and jump it at the last minute, which was very unlikely to happen, especially in hindsight. And then we go back to the manager who wants Endo and had to convince the rest of the people to get Endo and gets Endo. What's the structure? There's no structure.
Drift up.
You either let Klopp pick every single player he wants, or there's a committee who decide on the player. You have 5 people in the committee. It goes to a vote, 3 and 2. Simple.
Yeah. No, listen. I echo what you just said. Drift.
And Klopp cannot be picking sporting director from now on as well.
Yeah, we're going to get onto that after. We're going to get onto afterwards. We're getting to after because I think this is just never going to work, in it.
Mad.
Drift. Do you agree or disagree with what Carl said?
For the most part, I agree. I don't agree you have a committee. I think the only person who should talk about who you sign is the director of football and the manager. And then maybe you involve Pep, maybe to a degree, because obviously he's part of the coaching team. But I don't think you should have a committee. I think a committee's silly. This isn't a jury. I don't want 2 people who might not really know as much as the manager being the reason why. Like, let's say, for example, Mbappe was a possibility, but 3 people on the committee think 200 million is too much. well, we don't get him because those 3 people on the committee don't. Nah, sporting director and Klopp are the people who should sit down and make the decision on the player, in my opinion.
What if I told
business though under having a committee effectively though, Drift?
Well, we didn't have a committee. It was just Michael Edwards.
No, it's a committee. Edwards just headed up the committee, but it was a committee, bro.
Well, I've never heard of that. I didn't know
was it Barry Fallows was there? I'm trying to remember the freaking names. Jamal will probably remember that.
I know obviously he had Ward shadowing him, but I didn't know there was a committee.
Yeah, there was actually a committee. There's about 4 of them. 4 of them. The two head scouts. Michael Edwards.
No, but those people aren't decision makers. I'm talking about people who actually
they formed a committee. They formed a committee, bro. They actually formed a committee.
Even is a statistics man. Was it Ian Graham as well?
Yes, Ian Graham.
But those men are actually getting a vote on whether the player. They're getting a veto on if a player signs for Liverpool.
Them man there sat down and went.
I know they bring the stats and they bring the information and all that, but I didn't know they actually got like a veto on the player.
They discussed it.
But they have a lot of say so, I'd say. Whereas now they don't.
No, but say so's fine. I'm talking about like a veto. Because a committee effectively means, like you said, Cal, if they say no, it's a no. That's
it depends how you look at it, though, Drift. Because
you've got too much control in a committee.
Julian Brandt would have been Salah or Salah. Salah would have been.
Do you get where I'm coming from, though?
I know what you mean, though.
I understand there's a team of people that all come together for it. Yeah, but like I still know that at the end of the day, they didn't really have the power to say no, though. If you get what I mean. If you're not saying they did, I didn't know that. I didn't know that they actually had power to say no.
Sorry, Klopp might not speak about FSG, but I'm definitely going to speak up about Virgin Media tomorrow.
Big up, Jamrock, Barry Hunter, Dave Fallows, Ian Graham, Julian Ward, Michael Ward, and please don't forget Klopp.
yeah, of course. But I didn't know that these man actually could say no and veto a signing.
Bro, these man were the headmasters of the thing, bro.
Being involved is one thing, but I thought at the end of the day it was still Michael Edwards and Klopp that were the ones that still said the yes or the no on the final say. I didn't know that other people could be like, no, we veto this and then there's nothing Klopp could do about it. I didn't have any idea that was the case.
I feel as though they had more impact than they do now.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, yeah, maybe so. But I still think it was always down to Edwards and Klopp, though, what the final decision was. I didn't know them man there could say no and then that was it.
The reason I said it is because there were times when Klopp wanted Goatside, he wanted Julian Brandt, he wanted Zielinski, and instead he got Wijnaldum, Mane, and Salah for those 3 I just mentioned.
Zielinski wasn't Zielinski. That was because I can't remember. I think he chose Napoli.
Did he choose Napoli?
Yeah,
and remember those were suggestions. Those were alternatives.
No,
those are suggestions, and then Klopp said, "All right, cool, let's go with that." Then they weren't forced on him.
But
I'm not trying to say things.
Those would have been the 3 players we got as opposed to the
I'm not trying to say like force, but it's more like people like they come together. They've all got a list. They tell the manager these are the players that we found. Obviously, Klopp knows about them already, and then if he doesn't, they got to convince him. But they're like, these are the guys, and then obviously they'll discuss it. But you're right. Klopp probably Klopp and Michael Edwards that will look at it and go, this is probably the guy.
Because you know what a committee is? A committee is where you see Brendan Rodgers laughing with Steven Gerrard about the fact that Balotelli's on his way to Liverpool and he had fuck all to do.
But
that's the committee.
No, I hear
where
what
the manager don't even
get
a say. We've never had that where a committee can make a decision and then a manager he's outnumbered, he's outvoted, and he's just got to deal with a player. We've never had that at Liverpool.
But it's
I wouldn't want that at Liverpool either.
That phrase transfer committee though has been used a lot though, bro. Like they've even said like since a few of those people have left, it's literally now just Klopp and obviously the.
But you get what I mean. Like, there's always a committee, but you lot made me think that they had power like that. Like I remember that committee we had when Brendan Rodgers was there. Brendan Rodgers actually had no say if the committee decided the player was good. That was it.
They didn't respect him.
He just had to deal with it. Do you get what I'm saying?
That's not entirely true, Jeff. He actually. So the committee, when it comes to the Balotelli thing, it was a case of you have either Balotelli or no one. I think it was because we tried to get Etu and I think he chose Chelsea, but it wasn't a case of you have to take Balotelli. It was like Balotelli or kind of is no one else.
I don't know, you know, from the way I've heard the thing, it was like Brendan Rodgers didn't want him and it was forced on him. Like he was
No,
like,
it was a
we've signed
case of it's either
Balotelli, deal with
Balotelli or
it
no
kind
one.
of thing.
No, it wasn't like that. It was either like sign Balotelli or no one. Here's the thing. I hear what you're saying in terms of you think it should just be the manager and sporting director, but if we're looking at long-term success of the club, there has to be a committee, in my opinion, because the idea of a machine working, if you take one of the cogs out and replace the cog, is what I want to see, rather than you take the machine out and it falls apart, or you take a piece out and it falls apart. Like, I'm not saying Klopp just gets overruled on everything, but there are some things where I want him to be questioned and potentially overruled. Like the Milner thing, for example. If he had his way, Milner's still be at the club. I don't think that should be happening. So I think that was correct to overrule him. But in other circumstances, I reckon there should be a time where Klopp goes, "No, this is what has to happen." But I think for that to happen, there has to be a committee where they all trust each other and fully respect each other to the highest level. And I don't think that happens right now.
I understand that. I mean, the man who gets the chop is the manager. So at the end of the day, I still think he should be the person who has the final say, because his future is dictated by the decisions. And if you get sacked, but you didn't even make decisions, i.e. Real Madrid managers who were always just given players and they barely have any say, if they don't want that player, is it fair that their head's then on the chopping board based off players they didn't want? So
very different though, model.
But that's the principle though, right? Real Madrid managers are just told who they're getting for the most part. And then is it fair to then judge that manager when it might not be players he wants?
But that doesn't happen with Liverpool. That's never happened with Liverpool.
No, I'm saying that's why I still believe the manager should be the guy who does have the final say. You can convince him, there can be committees, there should be all that. But if his head is the one who's on the chopping board, I still believe he should be the one who gets the final say, because otherwise you get a situation where he doesn't want players and they're there and he don't even want them.
I'll be honest, when it comes to bringing players in, I think he does get the final say.
Klopp does now, yeah. I think he does now.
I think he kind of always.
I don't think he does.
He does the keeping players.
Yeah, we've seen it.
Genie, I don't think they take players away without asking either.
But Genie and Milner,
he wanted to keep Genie, didn't he?
Both, and they both went.
But what the difference with the Genie one, Caldo, is that was about the structure of the wages and all that stuff. So even though he wanted the player, that was where it became about the budget. If you get what I mean. And that's what the problem was. The budget is the problem.
Klopp had the power. Klopp would have stepped in and be like, "No, give him what he wants."
I agree that.
I still don't think Klopp's got power over wages. Even now, he might have decision making on who we buy and stuff. I still don't think he's.
That's what
I'm saying, Drew. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he doesn't have that power, if he had that power, we'd still have Genie and Milner. So he gets power on who and the final say on who comes into the club, but not who he gets to keep.
Yeah, not who's leaving.
I still think they run it by him with the players under contract, though. Like, if he says no to Hendo going to Qatar, Hendo doesn't go to Qatar.
Oh, no, that stuff. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that stuff.
Do you get what I mean?
He says it actively. He's not going to sell a man unless they ask to leave.
Yeah, but see, that's another thing as well. I know we can talk about this all night, but this is one thing that I just thought about, and I was just like, this bit frustrates me. We've allowed so many players to leave for free. I just understand how that's even good business in whether it's Klopp, whether it's FSG. Like, this needs to stop. This needs to be the last summer that you see an excess of like 4 or 5 people leave and they all go for free. Like, it's actually just stupid. I don't know another top club that does that. You know, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
man said Naby Keita free, Oxlade-Chamberlain free, flipping Firmino free. Milner free. Maybe Milner's a little bit different because he's older, but like, we just got to stop doing this. We've done it before, like Genie, Emre Can. Like, we just got to allow it.
I just realized, apologies, we totally interrupted you doing the supers, bro. So
I was gonna get back to him. I'll get back to him for the last topic. Yeah, I'm gonna get back to him now. But yeah, it's just fun. We just gotta start now. We can't allow that to happen again, man. We can't do that happen again. Yeah, let's read off these supers. AD, are you man gonna do some more Football Manager videos? Yes, we will be. We will be. Send a pipeline, don't worry.
We're still a world champion.
Here we go.
World champion.
Mac
You gotta
10.
give it to Matt. You gotta call it.
No, of course.
No,
of course,
respect, Cal.
Of course.
Cal, spud me, bro.
No,
Spud
all
me,
right.
Cal.
Don't go too far.
No, spud me, Cal, because I
bro,
respect that, bro.
all
Are you
right,
gonna leave
yeah.
me hanging?
This is
bro.
why
You don't
I
wanna
don't
do
do them things.
You get what you get. You get.
No,
you
because Matt
Yeah.
says I'm hating thing, bro.
I'm not
No,
hating
you
team.
have to
I'm just
hate him.
Bro, if
I'm
you
just
win
the
the
ultimate
world, if
competitor.
you win the World Cup, I will give you credit, bro.
Bro, no, you would. Hey, Cal, let me ask Cal. Cal, do you think
I'm in a bad position here? Let's be real.
do you
bro.
think he's gonna give me all the credit if I was to win that? The way I was dominating as well.
Oh no,
Pause.
you're both the same. You're both the same. You don't
Thank
want
you.
to
I
You
give
know-
credit where credit
Bro,
is due.
No, you
don't
wouldn't.
try
Yeah,
it, bro.
I give
You would've
credit
said
where
something.
credit
I know
is
you.
due.
I like
Acting
you.
that man.
I mean, I know
I don't know you
I
off
know
the
it's an
screen.
I know you're a little bit extra salty because I had to go through you to get there, but just allow it.
See,
This
you
is what
see
I
them
mean. This is
things
what I
there.
bro.
You see them things there. You see them things there. It's cool though. Because remember,
No,
we got to
wait.
finish off that league. Ain't that right? We got to finish off a league, innit?
Yeah.
I
great.
mean,
Ain't
to
we
be
got-
fair, that's old news now. To be fair,
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
You sure?
bro,
Why? Because
might
I'm
as well,
unbeaten
might
and
as well.
I'm
Yeah, might as well
slapping
just-
everybody. You
Might as well just
crazy?
log it off, bro. No point. Bro.
I mean, if you guys want to just admit defeat, that's cool with me.
Brother, I'm not admitting defeat. I have to. I've just been.
What about you,
defeated.
Drift?
I'm surprised that
Didn't
Matt
beat
doesn't
home and
have an
away?
issue with
I
Harry
got
Kane
choked out, bro.
because
Did I be home and away in that one?
No, we've only played each other.
We've only
once.
played one round of fixtures.
Oh yeah. One, but is it like halfway through or something? Innit? And I'm unbeaten,
No,
innit?
Not half.
When you see when Harry Kane's name is mentioned, you get PTSD, man.
No, why would I get pissed from again?
Cow knows. Who scored the winner against you?
I can't even remember, bro.
Yeah, you're wrong.
yeah,
Jim.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
what I mean, bro. You're
I
both
think I
in bad
care.
trouble.
Harry Kane. I mean, all right. We'll
I think
see.
the
innit?
PTSD is more for Mbappe still.
We'll see.
I can't,
Oh
what,
yeah.
what happened with Mbappe?
Mbappe
You
is
got
a-
Mbappe in your league, innit? In your
Yeah.
league, in
Yeah,
your
the same
Oh
thing
yeah,
happened
you
with
didn't
me.
believe me. He's a waste man.
yeah,
Remember?
yeah, dude. Nothing.
You
Mbappe,
put all your hopes and dreams on him, brother. And I told you,
Mbappe is shocking.
he's a waste man.
Shocking.
On Football Manager, Mbappe is a
Just
waste
run
man. I don't
around
care
and do
what-
nothing, bruv. He's literally like he's this guy that runs around.
He's a Dharma Traore, bro.
He
Beat
is.
everyone. Final.
Man will beat the offside
end
trapper and
product.
just like hit
And
it straight the
sky
goalkeeper.
over the
like,
bar. Yeah,
what?
it's mad.
Pathetic, man. Matt 10. We have fans have to put pressure on his owners and trust Klopp to manage and lead the team. This weekend showed me how much the team love Klopp. Klopp always done things the hard way. Man needs a break. I hear that.
Definitely does. Big up Mac 10 as well.
BC. What if Klopp is on a bonus by saving money for club? No, come on.
I don't
He's
believe
not on the
that.
bonus. I will say though, he's on a fat wage.
Of course he
So-
is, and he deserves to be.
No, but the same people who say, "Oh, no one should feel sorry for Nat," could you like? That's why I say don't speak to me about wages and stuff because Klopp's on 15 mil a year, and I feel sorry for Klopp. So let's
But
not do
Klopp-
the money
Klopp-
thing.
No, of course
True.
not. But Klopp's on the wages that are
True.
indicative to what a manager of his level should be on.
No,
innit?
I
That's
agree,
what it is.
but then it's the whole same adage. Like, is that why he doesn't want to walk away? Like, no, we're not saying that. We're not. But that's what I'm saying. So
Check.
we
You can't say that about your manager. bro.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You can't criticize.
They're
when
trying to
players are
imply that
getting
he's
treated a
money
certain way.
driven.
Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is why you can't say the same about players because no one's saying about Klopp, and rightly so.
I hear
So
you,
we
I
can't
hear
say that
you.
about players as well.
I think he's paid in terms of what he should be getting
100%.
paid. But yeah, obviously a man. But I guess there's always going to be a part where he's just got to look out for himself in a sense of like he's probably thinking like I'm not going to be dumb enough to just to drop the bag, am I? Like I can't be that stupid. But he's gonna try and do a little. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Tahir says FSG already lost fan support. If Klopp carries on cussing fans, he would lose that support as well. So he can carry on being arrogant. Fair enough. People not happy with Klopp these days, boy. Mario, I blame Klopp. He's expected mediocrity under these owners. He needs to speak out now. He is bulletproof with the fans. FSG will see who blinks
Mario,
first.
I totally disagree. I think a lot of people are on Klopp's neck. I don't think he's bulletproof at all. I see Klopp out all the time. I totally disagree.
You say this all the time, Drift. If we were to do a vote amongst all Liverpool fans, I guarantee you 90% of Liverpool fans are Klopping. Guarantee.
No. I don't think it's that high. And to be bulletproof, it'd have to be 100%. I think at the moment, from what I see, is 70-30.
It's not 70-30, bro.
Guys, let me read the super. Guys, let me read the super first, and we'll get back to that. Don't forget, you lot are gonna say. Don't forget. Joe LFC, Cal, we don't want Kloppo doing a Conte in the press conference.
I say, why not?
No, we don't want him doing.
I don't want to get him messy like that personally.
He ain't got to do all that just to make a point, in my opinion. You can even do it behind the scenes as well, innit? Still.
You know what, Cal? Let's do a poll during the chat right now, just as an experiment. Klopp in or Klopp out.
Oh, there's only 1,000 of us in here.
No, but let's just see even just a percentage of the. Yeah, let's do one then.
To hear, big at yourself. Players come and go, managers come and go, owners come and go. The only thing standing is the stadium and the fans. We shouldn't be scared of change. Oh, I fully agree with that. 100%. He's right. I'm not scared of change at all. But the change has got to be at the right time as well, though. Don't just change something because something like we're just annoyed. Like, can it be fixed? If it can't be fixed, then maybe, but we have to wait and see on that front, innit? Mohammed, Cal, Klopp can't rat out the owners publicly, but it's apparent that he does it privately. In my opinion, we as fans have to act as well by boycotting merchandise and attending games to send a message.
I don't think it is evident he does it privately. It's
you
not.
Think so? Big up Mohammed for the
it's not. It's genuinely not. I think we all hope he does it privately, but there's no evidence
I think it's an assumption either way, whether he does it or
not. Big up Tom Mizzy. What's going on, bro? Big up lads. Cal, when you say violence, you mean going John Wick? Breathe on gone. El Loco on high table. I ain't even seen John Wick.
I want to see Klopp with new owners.
Still, you know. Might even watch that today.
I want to see Klopp with new owners.
Drift and Matt, check Dave Batista. Mortal Kombat 1 trailer. I got to check that out still.
Dave Batista? Oh, I didn't even know he was in that.
Yeah, apparently he's in Mortal Kombat 1. Big up Tom Mizzy. And I still need to watch John Wick 4, you know.
Oh, man.
But that's how crazy busy
people them are saying that Spurs, big up Jamal, the Spurs curse, they're out of the League Cup already. You know what, though? I'm not going to lie. You have got to feel a little bit sorry for both Fulham and Spurs that in that round, you get a Premier League team. If you play the League Cup in the second round... Who did Spurs
play?
They played Fulham, bro.
Oh, but they played Fulham. And Fulham beat them.
All those teams that you could have got and you still get a Premier League team. That is unfortunate.
Did Madison play? He didn't play, surely.
I don't know. I don't know.
Mac 10, big itself. Do you the players will stay if Klopp gets fired? I should say, do the players stay if Klopp gets fired, Carl?
I think some will, but I think the majority of the players are there because I mean the celebration showed it at the weekend. Who did they all run to? They went to Klopp, effectively. Like, how many of them ran to Klopp? How many of them were celebrating on the bench? These players love Klopp, and rightly so. We, the fans, love Klopp. This whole notion that
I know.
In there saying that Klopp is going to go toward the owners and he's definitely going to come out on the other side. There's a high chance he gets smoked. But let's at least try something different. How can we expect change when we're not doing anything different to evoke change? I'm telling you right now, if Klopp comes out against the owners, I'm by his side, along with the other millions of Liverpool supporters who want FSG out and want Klopp to succeed. But if he's not saying anything, how can we do anything?
I still don't think public is how you do it.
But how then, Drift? No one can give me an alternative. And I get everyone.
He does it behind the scenes, isn't it?
What I'm saying, everyone says it's radical and I get it, fair enough. The history doesn't dictate what I'm saying is going to go well. But no one can give me an alternative to say that, yeah, do it this way. Because if you're saying do it behind the scenes, well, if he's been doing it behind the scenes since he's been here, that ain't working either.
Yeah, but at least he's still managing that way.
But what does that mean for us?
It means that we just have to find other ways to voice our opinion.
What are those ways? This is what I'm. If
boycotting, I mean, it is boycotting. It is protest. It is all of those things, isn't it? Those are the things that can be done as fans. But even that history will say, how often does that work? Kroenke is still here, albeit since the full takeover, he has changed things and whatever. The Glazers are still there. Man United stormed the castle and he's still there. Like, I don't know, bruv. Like, to be honest with you, at the end of the day, what you need, what we forget, you don't become rich by being an idiot or a pushover. And because all of these people who own football clubs are rich, the last thing they do is let people tell them what to do. So the majority of the time, if you keep on trying to tell them what to do, they're probably more reluctant to do it. How long did it take Mike Ashley to get let go of Newcastle? Look how long he dragged, and he's a Newcastle fan. So he should actually want Newcastle to do well. He weren't just an owner. He is a boyhood Newcastle fan. And being told what to do, he didn't give a shit.
Mercenary, the mercenary drift.
Bro. No. But he's actually, I'm not chatting shit. He's an actual boyhood Newcastle fan. And he still didn't do what was best for the club, because as a rich man, who you telling? No one ain't telling me what to do. This is the mentality of people who get to that level. I'm just saying, like, the one thing you can't tell a rich, wealthy businessman to do is what you want him to do. He'll do what he wants to do. So it's a lot more difficult than we think it is.
What do we do then?
I don't know, bruv. The history says there's not much. It's the unfortunate, fucked up thing, in it. There's not much. There's actually not much.
It's true. Big up Sean P. Casey. He said the air fryer. Oh, yeah, the George Foreman. I know you got the air fryer still.
I'm not gonna lie, Sean. We still bang the Foreman though. You can't beat a good George Foreman.
Trust me, still there. Biggs, big yourself. FSG food stamp group. Pure hunger. Matty Altador. No, big up Biggs.
Oh man.
For LFC are one of the top 5 clubs in the world, but we spend like we're a mid-table team. We are being held back by FSG. LFC, with better honors, would have had more than 90 league titles and 6 Champions League titles, in my opinion. 100%, all facts. Big at itself, bro. 100% for LFC. BC says, did we win the cup in spite of FSG or because of them?
In spite
of them.
Yeah. 100. It can't be the latter. Matt hasn't seen John. What? No way. I'm not even reading that. You're out of order, bro. You're out of order, fam. You're out of order. Do you know what's so mad, yeah? I was walking.
I'm just picturing a lot. Pop down.
You know what?
Different length strands, different color fluff.
Are you the person that I saw that time? And you said, because I met, funny enough, cut long story short, yeah, I was walking and someone bumped into me, and I swear you said you was H. Are you the same person that I saw? Just out of interest, by the way. It just came to my brain now. You're the same person. Big up H, even though you sometimes you're just too much, bro. Harry, big up Harry, says, big up to you guys. It's my birthday. One step closer to 30. Also, I met Klopp at AXA training ground today. Can I get a beat? Right, you met Klopp today. Big up yourself, bro. You know what? Of course we're gonna.
And I mean, you know, you can't get a beat from us, but we can drop the beat.
Yeah.
So what? Could you pause? You couldn't pause. None of you can say pause. Just let man try. Out of order. See what I mean about you? Like this disrespect. Man couldn't even say pause. Disrespect. Let's drop the beat for you, bro. Out of order, bro. Big up. I think that is actually no. Do you know what? Before we go, this is the last thing. I'm just going to quickly talk about last thing before we head out, guys. Virgil van Dijk obviously looks like he's going to get a ban.
F the referees.
This is a joke. The world's gone soft.
Yeah.
The world's gone soft. I'm sorry. The world's gone soft. I mean, I don't really know if there was anything that was said outside of what was shown, but there was a lot of lip reading that you could do based on the fourth official, the referee, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And yeah, Virgil dropped a couple F-bombs in there.
Yeah. Don't effing touch me and things like that.
But this is the part that I don't understand, and I need to even talk about this based on like what Trent did, like when he threw the ball back onto the pitch when he got pushed. Yeah, I understand time wasting is a bad mind thing to do, right? I understand that that's something that you shouldn't be doing. Blasting the ball into the stands is time wasting. But what happened to just the dark arts of football? From grassroots Sunday league right up to professional football. A man bends down to pick up the ball to take a quick free kick, and you just give it a little knock, a foot to the left so you can get back in shape. That's just dark arts of football. What's this new pussy old business now where everything's punished? Oh, you should be punished. Everything's punished. What kind of time did Trent really waste by throwing the ball back on the pitch? Half a second?
It was a foul on Trent.
How is that even time wasted?
It was a foul on Trent.
Sorry,
That's
Jeff,
a foul.
I know you're saying something.
Even time wasted.
I know you're saying something very serious now. Just check it. Shakar's super chat, please.
Hold on.
Because we absolutely can't read it out, but it's a madness.
Who?
Oh my days. That's a mad team. Shakur, bro.
Hold on, I've got some. Hold on, what do you say? Hold on, let me see.
But look, before I get distracted, what is actually going on with how soft the game is getting now? Like, let's just keep this a buck. And where's the consistency? Because as footage will show, about 2 minutes after what Trent did, Gordon kicked the ball away and stopped Liverpool from taking a quick free kick. Nothing. And he kicked the ball away, which is actually worse than throwing the ball back on the pitch. Because what Gordon did actually prevented more from us being able to restart the game quickly than what Trent did. Where's the consistent? What is this dumb ass new? Why do these lot think they're playing Pro Evo or FIFA? Matt, you'll understand this because you're a gamer. You know how FIFA just want to change things every game, every year, so they can say it's a new game. When all they've done is just take something out and put something in, and in 4 years' time they put back something they took out 10 years, and all that. Like, why you just keep taking things out and putting things in and calling it new? Why are the rules always changing constantly for no fucking reason?
First game of the season, McAllister got a yellow card for doing that at Chelsea. Remember, guys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe Linton did it twice on Sunday.
I know. Above
and nothing. Like, what is actually going on?
Shall I tell you what it is?
You're wrong though. You keep on saying the referees are inconsistent.
They're not. Officials. It's the officials in general.
They're not inconsistent. They're consistently bad against Liverpool.
All right, but you know where it stemmed from even more so? Do you remember last year when Klopp said a madness about the committee and how they're just pants? Do you remember? And we all sat there and went, he was right to do that. But do you know what's going to happen now? There's going to be a witch hunt against us. Remember Andy Robertson? Man got elbowed in the face. Nothing. I said, if an official can elbow a player in the face and nothing happens, yeah, we're in trouble, guys. I'll be honest with you.
You know, we're in trouble. You know, if a policeman saw you do that in the middle of Croydon High Street on a Tuesday evening, you know you'd actually go to jail. If you elbow somebody in the face on a Tuesday afternoon in the middle of Croydon High Street, you would be arrested. But man can do that to Robertson and nothing happens. And this is the joke. So, all right, I'm not condoning being disrespectful. I'm an advocate for respect, right? I don't believe that you should be disrespectful. But there's just a code amongst men, yeah, that in the heat of battle, things might get a little out of shape, but at the end, you shake hands, you get on with it. It's almost literally the number one rule of fighting, right? Sportsmanship. Like, these men are punching each other in the face in UFC, they're kicking each other, they're choking each other, whatever, and then they shake hands at the end, and it is what it is. The build-up, people say mad, disrespectful things. Once the fight's over, you come together, it's called sportsmanship. During the heat of battle, yeah, a couple F-bombs are going to fly and all that. You're in the heat of battle. This is the pinnacle of sport. So now you're telling me you're going to get a 4-match ban for a couple F-bombs being dropped while you're in the heat of a discussion, when a lot of people will even say the decision was wrong. Some people say right, some people say wrong. It's just one of those 50-50s. But yeah, you can 2-foot, man, and get less of a disciplinary. If he gets a 4-match ban for what he said, then it's only 1 game less of a suspension than John Terry got for being racist. What world am I living in? What world am I actually living in?
If you're getting Pickford's challenge on Van Dijk.
That wasn't even punished.
It wasn't even a card.
So what kind of world am I living in where a man drops a couple F-bombs just while he's like angry at a scenario, a man's being punished with more game suspension than a disgusting, dangerous tackle that can break a leg or a neck or whatever, which is only a 3-game ban? Like, what world am I living in, man? What world am I living in? And I'm not justifying what Van Dijk did, but can we start having some consistency here of like what it is? Like basically, you're not allowed to do or say or show any emotion on a football pitch now. That's basically what you're not allowed to do. You're not allowed to do or say or act in any way. So they just want robots. That's basically what you want someone to be. You want someone to be a winner. You want someone to put on a good show. You want somebody to always perform to their best so that the product is great, which is the Premier League, right? If all the players are underperforming, the Premier League looks bad. So as a product, the Premier League want all of their players to always be performing at a high level, etc., etc., etc. So you want all of this, but then you want the player to be a robot. You just want the player to show no emotion, no nothing. You want the player to just literally sit there and just act like everything's fine. What? How is that even possible? How do you get maximum effort from a player without passion and emotion? How?
Because the game's lost right now, bro.
Soft, and I'm sick of watching this, man. And I would also like to add, I'm not saying that it wasn't a foul, but if you see the right angle of when Trent put his arm on Gordon, you know Gordon dived.
I know he did. Yeah.
Barely touched him.
I know, bro. But he's a diver, though. Gordon's actually a diver, though. He's actually a diver.
But the whole world right now is saying that Trent should have been sent off. But they won't take into consideration, A, he wouldn't have thrown the ball away if the correct decision was actually given, which it should have been. Because even Stevie Wonder knew that was a foul on Trent.
Of course.
And if you see the right angle, he got the... I mean, he barely touched him. And we all know Gordon's a diver anyway. That man loves the grass. When he was a kid, I reckon his mum used to beat him for grass stains because that brother loves to roll around on the grass. So I'm just annoyed at just everything to do with the officiating right now. Like, it's ruining the game. I'm sorry, it just is. Regardless of whether there's a witch hunt against us or not, which people are going to say, oh, we're doing the whole, oh, everybody's against us and all that crap. We know it's obvious. Let the world say what they want. But regardless of that, the officiating is terrible. The rules are terrible, and it is ruining football. It's actually ruining football. Everything. They just keep doing this, changing that. Handball rule this. How many different handball rules are there? How many different offside rules are there? How many different yellow card, free kick, this, that. Every minute, they're just changing rules. How about we just have rules, get them right, and just run with it? Instead of every year, there's 20 different changes to the rules. Players need to get used to all these new rules. Like, it's doing my nut, man. It's actually doing my nut. So that was just my little rant about these officials.
No, that's spot on, Drew.
Spot on, though. You can't. I fully agree, bro. All I can really add to it, not even add, just to kind of echo. I do believe there is a witch hunt against Liverpool. That's just what I genuinely think. And if I'm being honest, every team or every big team might say that, but I just think when Klopp had that massive outburst and he was speaking about the referees committee and all that stuff, I just said, "Yo, they're gonna use anything they can now. The smallest things that you like, even like you said, the whole swearing thing. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't tell you the amount of times you can see F-bombs when a referee blows the whistle because there's a foul and the player's like, he'll say effing blinding, and the referee just like blows his whistle again and just like stop. That's enough. It's enough. But there's no card. I've seen referees. Bruno Fernandes, I think, was it last season or season before, pushed a ref, bro. There's so much inconsistency. Yeah. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. The Robertson thing summed it up for me, though. When I realized that there was going to be no punishment, no severe punishment, like, that's crazy, because if a player does that to a linesman or referee, they probably get like an 8-9 game ban. But I think the guy got taken off out of duty for like 1 week or something and was just back to normal the next week. That's just crazy for me. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
but
I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it, man.
Sorry, guys. Can one of you just quickly read out the supers quickly?
Everyone's just going soft.
Give me 1 second. I just want to quickly get a drink. 1 second. Get some water.
Just Labs, happy birthday, Harry. Also, my birthday hit 22 finally. Big up yourself, Just Labs. Drop the beat for you, bro.
Man's a baby in this game. Happy birthday.
It feels like to be young, innit? What it feels like to be young.
But I enjoy it, bruv.
Trust me. Downhill from there. up, Just Labs. Sultan says, Cal, thoughts on the Korean zombie farewell? Asked it last time, but you left. Bet you teared up. Need Bruno to roast Spurs. How they get KO'd in the second round? They are cursed. Yeah, the Korean zombie sad, man, but right decision in my opinion. Right decision. And yeah, Bruno will definitely have something to say about Spurs in the next calling show. I guarantee it. Big up Bruno. Matt's hairline says 13 months in this house. Big up, man. Yeah, this is the one we can't read out for obvious reasons. But big up Shakar. Matt's hairline says, Matt, you coming to my christening for Matt Hairline June. And D9 is his godfather, because without him, I would have made that sensual lovemaking. It didn't sound very sensual, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Matt's hairline says, how people dissing my profile pic is hot. The profile pic is legendary at this point. Pete Al says, how much would you accept for Gomez at this stage of the window? 60.
I was gonna say that's the topic I want to touch on before we go. Actually, I think Matt forgot about it.
H says, rumor has it Joe Linton was pictured at Carnival. Can't read the rest. Vile behavior from the human beef curtain. Almost got me, H. Matt's hairline says, if Matt takes his hat off, my career is finished. Big up to Gang and Deep says, Nunez equals instinct finisher and took his goals very well. Step in the right direction. However, what separates the good from the elite world-class strikers, they can be instinctive and clinical when given the time to pick his spot. So let's see. I hear that. He showed that on the weekend, though. He can be that. Matt 10 says, Joe Clinton, wait for yellow card, nothing happened. Facts. Twice he did it.
And not to mention, kicked us about 18 times during the game.
Yeah, well, that goes without saying. But those two alone should have been sending off. AM says, if they're not careful, fans are going to start pulling up to refs' lards like United did with Woodward. Yeah, the refs have got to be careful because they're going to just alienate themselves from the game. Harry says, since the Tottenham game last season, Klopp spoke out. It was clear these officials were going to be against us. It's only been 3 games this season, and look at the decisions, 2 red cards for nothing. Fact. But Klopp was right to speak out. Absolutely right to speak out. He had to speak out. He's got to protect his team.
But it's ended up being worse off, though.
No, it's just the officials being bitches, bruv. He did nothing wrong when he spoke. When he said,
no, he didn't. I agree with that.
It's the whole feelings and facts thing again. Just because you don't like the facts and your feelings get hurt, it doesn't mean he's wrong. He was absolutely right in what he said, and there was facts to show it. If they're too butthurt over it, they shouldn't be officials. If I say something on the head that's factually incorrect, and the Kopish community call me out and say, Cal, that's incorrect, and I go, bun you lot, don't, all of you, just, I'm blocking you all. I'm the one who's butthurt. I got it wrong. The officials got it wrong. Stand there and be called out.
It's the world we live in now. Feelings over facts. It's actually the world we live in now, bro. It's madness, bro. It's actually madness.
H says, Cal, Usyk fight, low or not, Drift's probably not seen it. You ain't seen it.
Allow me, man.
I know you ain't seen it because you would have spoken it.
No, I have seen it. I'm in the middle because I watched the boxing coach. See, this is something that I didn't actually know.
It's low technically because it's below the navel.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that as a rule. I thought that, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've been watching boxing my whole life and I didn't know this. So it makes me feel silly. I didn't know that a low blow had to be above, so a body punch had to be above the belly button. I didn't know that.
On or above the belly button.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I actually thought a low blow was like, I don't even know what that soft part is called above your tings, but I thought that like there and then anywhere below is like a low blow. But like, yeah, apparently now that it's actually got to be above the belly button, I didn't know that. This whole time I didn't know that. So I guess technically it was low, but I've seen people do that exact shot and actually like it's been legal. So again, it's a bit of inconsistency in it because I've seen a shot like that be allowed. So, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. Shout out to Beige and Reds TV, mate. Go and subscribe to their channel, guys. Drifty, that Magpie fan was slapping the wall with that energy.
Yeah, have you not seen him?
No.
Yeah, there's a fan. There's a Newcastle fan doing a watch along, and he lost his shit.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, I haven't
seen it.
He absolutely lost his shit. The man went viral. Man. Yeah. He went viral.
Sultan says we sell Gomez. Would sell Gomez and get Tosin, but he going to Monaco. Sadiq says Nunez with those finishes was Torres-esque. Facts. My number 9.
He was,
yeah, phenomenal finishes.
Those finishes says, were crazy.
O'Malley wants tank. Boy wants to sacrifice himself. No, I'm not going to say it. I think Tank wins. It's just not as one-sided as people think.
Against who?
Against O'Malley.
Sean O'Malley.
Yeah.
Who thinks? Hold on. Who thinks Tank wouldn't win?
No. I'm saying Tank wins, but I don't think it's just going to be a one-sided beating. I think O'Malley has he gives a good account of himself.
They're not actually fighting, though, are they? Is this real?
No, it's they're talking about it.
I'm going to be honest with you. Based off of the evidence that I've seen so far, which could change, but based off the evidence I've seen so far, I don't think any MMA fighter beats a boxer in his weight class of a high level. So if it's an elite boxer, I don't think any UFC fighter in a boxing match wins that fight. Like the only one who's even got a chance would be what do you call it, against Tyson, and he still don't win, but because he's got so much power, like there's that like risk of like he could catch him with that.
Adesanya has a chance.
I don't agree, bro.
He does. He's boxed. He's professionally boxed.
No, but what would it equate to in terms of, like, his weight class in boxing would be what, super middleweight?
What's 185 in the
boxing?
super
middle.
It'd be like cruiserweight then, or light heavyweight, right?
Probably
cruiser. It's cruiser, isn't it? It's cruiser.
Nearer to cruiser, I think.
Like light heavyweight.
I think it's cruiser.
Adesanya's an absolute don. There's no doubt. I don't think he could go and beat a top level cruiserweight in a boxing fight. Like, say Usyk came back down to cruiserweight for the hell of it. Adesanya's not beating Usyk in a boxing fight.
Bro, you might be right, but
he's got a very good chance, though. It's one of them ones where you go into the fight and you think, nah, this ain't no. This ain't like a
Luke Tanner,
80-20.
Alex Pereira, bro. Alex Pereira would have a good chance.
Again, I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying the evidence so far suggests
it's not. Man's leg kicks are a massive part of their arsenal, you know.
No, I hear. Look, again, I just want to be clear. I don't think O'Malley beats Tank, but I think everyone has it in their head that Tank just goes out there and just wipes the floor with him.
But it's the head movement as well that these men have naturally over these UFC fighters. They don't move like they don't. There's only few people that kind of like
O'Malley's one of them.
O'Malley is, because the way he changed, the way I know. Do you know what's so crazy? See when
his
O'Malley
footwork is excellent.
When O'Malley won, I wasn't even. I hate to say it, but I wasn't surprised. Like, I was annoyed, but I wasn't surprised. You want to know why? His striking is so crazy, but not only that, it's his movement, it's his footwork that for me that separate. I've always said this. Even Floyd Mayweather is one of the best ever. But for me, you know what separates him from a lot of people? His footwork is insane. So even when he's under pressure, it's like he's got combinations in his heads of like where he's gonna be at what given time. He knows if he's falling, all right, football could get me out of trouble. The way these man can move is crazy, bro. It's different.
Yeah, like I said, and a lot of the time I'm watching like old MMA fighters who were like at retirement age fighting YouTubers who were like young and they're energetic and stuff. So again, maybe it's not the best sample size, but I just believe that the way a boxer is trained from birth to be a boxer, I don't think a UFC fighter can.
No, I'm just reading this one now.
Oh, that's hairline. If that Usyk S is low blow, all right, cool. All right, cool.
Matt's headline. You're joking. You know?
I was saying, bro did the same thing against Joshua Mike Dean refereeing boxing now. Did you see what Imran put? Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I just see it now. Bro.
No,
There's a
it's
reason
true.
why it's called
I think Tank would destroy O'Malley in a box.
No, wait. I know. He wouldn't necessarily. He would win. Don't know about destroy it because O'Malley, bro. The way O'Malley moves is kind of crazy. And I'll be honest with you. He's very.
He can do all the movement he wants, bro. Tank is elite. Tank will
of
destroy
course.
I think. Here's the thing. You say he destroys him. That's where I disagree. I think
he beats him.
He beats him. I don't think he destroys him.
Don't know about this.
After about round 4, MMA fighters ain't even got power in boxing. I've seen it too many times. Like they're tired. The constant, like, I don't know. It just, there's something different about boxing to mixed martial arts that they don't seem to be able to cut the mustard when it comes to elite level. They'll be able to punch up like amateur boxers and all that. Of course they will. But we're talking about elite level boxing. I don't believe an MMA fighter ever beats an elite level boxer in a boxing fight. Until I see it happen, I don't believe it. That's just my, of the same weight class, obviously. I just don't believe it. I just don't.
I think it will happen one. I just don't think we're there yet.
Like, I even think to myself, someone who was like an elite level kickboxer.
Like, man, sorry, quickly check the private.
No, it's still
chat.
just.
I need authorization before we go ahead. Am I authorized, guys?
No. I don't.
We can't.
So.
You don't think so?
If you want to give anyone an excuse to actually come for man, that's it, bro.
Well, seriously, Big Matty, we can't do that.
No.
Seriously, you man.
No, probably
not even a snippet. The first bit.
No. But I tell you what we can play though.
Go
on. Sultan says Mane and CR7 cooking. Bet Drift is not happy. How you feeling about that, Drift? Your favorite against your villain?
I don't know.
Man's speechless, you know.
Man is
anyway, here
people,
we go.
I'll let you know what it. I'll let them play this first. What's this? Oh, this is the Newcastle one you guys talking about. So,
waste man. He always gives the ball away with a poor pass and Liverpool.
No, bro, that must be the most. I've got to be careful what I say here. That must be the weakest. What was man just went waste man? But what was that, bro? Mad thing.
Sultan says, man got your boy doing the stewie.
So leave me alone.
In the mud.
On a positive note,
thing,
on a positive note, shout out to Redmen. This was an elite response to our winner. I don't care what no one says.
Man, like Errol, you know.
We fucking robbed them. We've absolutely
we robbed them. We absolutely.
Look at Errol.
But this time it's the Liverpool that has stolen the 3 points. Come on, Liverpool. Come on, Darwin Nunez. The fucking Reds all day. Every fucking day.
Yes.
Oh.
Hey.
Big up his sub as well.
Hey,
that is an elite.
Big up Errol.
No, guys, we have to play some of the clip. We have to, surely.
No, Matt, no.
Have you seen
that's
ours?
Not a copyright thing. It's not a copyright thing.
Have you? No, Matt, no, bro.
That's not a copyright thing, you know.
What are you talking about? What you asked us if you could play just a minute ago?
Yeah, that's not copyright, guys.
No, Matt, no.
You won't take no for an answer, bro.
Yeah, what's wrong with you, bro?
What? You know what? How many likes are we on?
That kid that just won't hear no, bro.
People, you know what these like? People, listen, we have a committee on here, yeah? Balcony, so imagine they're vetoing me. So imagine I'm Klopp and these men are vetoing, yeah? So imagine this now.
And you grew up in a household that was based on if you don't hear, you must feel.
No,
and you're still not listening, bro.
Listen. I've got the video of the J-Dub forgiveness, innit? Now it's like, when it asks for your forgiveness or something. I've actually got the video and I wanted to play it in it. That's what I wanted to do in it. Oh, yeah. These man trying to say it's copyrighted, didn't it?
Well played, Cal. Well played, Cal.
You deleted it.
Matt, I've got kids to feed, bruv. This is part of my
but what if I wanted to watch the video like later or something?
Are they gonna pay for? Are they gonna pay for?
Then you can watch it on your laptop, bro.
Are they gonna pay for the stream?
Why is it for the stream, bro? That's you didn't have to do that. They want your video to delete, bro. You didn't upload that. Man didn't put gigabytes on there. I wish we could. Now, all jokes aside, guys, I wish we could play some videos like this for everybody in chat. Trust me. There's times when we've actually played videos in the past. We won't guarantee it, and we've even been copyright guys. That's just to let you guys know. So that's why I have to run it by these man, because
there's nothing worse than finishing the stream and YouTube emailing.
9 times out of 10, it's me playing the clip guy, and it's
Matt's out here trying to do a Dubois. Like, bro.
No.
But I'm just trying. I'm the people's champ. I just want the people to see that. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's calm. It's calm. But yeah, no. On another day, people. On another day. On another stream.
On another channel, bruv. Sam Max Legend says, "Hi gang, my youngest son's birthday. Please drop the beat. My Kung Fu Grandmaster still 8 years away. You heard the Kuwait rumors. Wealth is 1.5 trillion. Whoa."
Did I get it? Yeah. 1.5 trillion. Yo,
that's a lot of zeros. But hey,
now I'm awake.
The beat for Sam Max's son.
I can buy a lot of Henny.
Shout out to Mac 10 says, Matt watch Anfield Agenda. He was legendary. All the reactions have been sick. I can't lie.
Yeah,
I haven't seen all of them. I need to watch some of them still.
Our one was mad. I don't know if you guys have watched it back. A couple people.
I haven't watched that one, but I haven't even watched it back. You know, how did we just like mad?
I watched our one back.
Yeah. There's a lot of superlatives in there. Drift still.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but you know, how Drift turned into some psycho killer, bro. I don't know what, bro. I kid you not. Yeah, I've never. Drift is the one person that I think when I think to myself, bro, he just turned into some psycho killer, bro. I don't know. Full screen mode.
I don't even know what it is, bro.
It's like you're another person, bro. It's like full screen mode. You know, in the screen when the man just puts on the mask, it's different. To start, just you know what I'm saying.
H says, can't wait for Drift in 5 years to swear on his life that this Joey performance Newcastle away was in the 25-26 season.
What kind of stupidness is this? Hey, what kind of stupidness is this?
Oh, no.
But we have to talk about Joey before we go as well.
I can't read the first bit out of this super chat.
Yeah, you have to
Matt played the thing. We can leave and run an alias only on channel. Just me and you.
I don't know how that sounds, but that sounds a bit mad still. You got my hair like, but man just said this me with the eye emoji. Like, where we going with this, bro?
Man moving like Eric, go just the two of
in
us.
It, broski.
We'll build subscribers in the sky.
Do I have to do the no.
Ty says the soft part above your tings is it's not called that, bro. It's not called that, bro.
I think what is that? Is that your gut? Is that actually the technical term for that? It's your gut.
It's
yeah.
not that.
Nah.
You lot in the chat are wild, you know.
Wild today, bro. I don't understand what's going on. And it's a Tuesday. Imagine what it would have been like yesterday.
The people are asking me to play the Hassan bit, so let's do it, innit?
Oh, done. Yeah.
Big up Hassan.
Yay!
My message is up, man.
Darwin! You just got Darwin, Habibi! Go! You just got Darwin. You see the Darwin Nunez. I'm sorry, Darwin. I love you, Darwin. I claim you, Darwin. Allah.
Man, big up the Sam, man. Big up the Don. Go on, Andrew. If you wanted to speak on Joey.
Yeah. What's up with Saudi Arabia trying to take my Joey? What's happening here?
Because we got weak owners who won't say no to a bit of money. That's what it is.
Yo. First and foremost, I'm not going to do the shameless thing. I'm not going to act like all of a sudden man's going to be completely forgiven for some absolutely diabolical performances last season. But I did say during the summertime, I'm not giving up on Joey. And I also said that I definitely think there's a space in the squad for Joey, even if he's not, good enough to be a starting lineup player. And I think he proved when he came on against Newcastle that there is still a player in there. There's a player, and it might have just been a bad season last year. A lot of players had a bad season last year. When he came on yesterday, on Sunday, he was brilliant. Most people feared the worst when Virgil went off and Joey came on. And shout out Matip as well, because even though Matip was obviously subbed in the 78th minute, Matip also had a very good game defensively. And they're two players we were extremely worried about, and they both played well. Now, again, the injury problems, I would definitely say that's always going to be a worry because both players do miss a lot of football through injury. But we're talking about the actual ability of the players. Maybe they do go in the bracket of it was a bad season for everybody, unexplainable. Do you know what I mean? Let's give them a chance. Matip at 32 years old, I'll still move on if possible because he's at that stage of his career. But at 26 years old, I'm not giving up on Joey yet. And I think even though we did give him flowers, a lot of people were thinking, but I think it would be a really bad decision to let Joey leave with 3 days left of the window when we already need another defender anyway. And they really want him, From what I'm reading, they're about to throw the bag at us. I reckon they're going to offer us 40 or 50 mil for him. And I don't think FSG are going to turn that down, I don't. I really don't. What do we do if we lose our backup right back and our backup centre back, which essentially is what Joey is right now? Right now, Joey is our backup centre back and our backup right back at the same time. If Joey goes, what do we actually do, you lot, in terms of the squad depth?
Well, we've got Konza and Connor Bradley.
Are you lot as worried as I am that they're going to accept the money?
So here's the thing, Drift. You see what you said about Joey? I can't really echo that. The problem we've got here is Joey's homegrown. If he wasn't homegrown, bro, I'd probably drive him to the airport myself for 40, 50 mil. The problem is it's the homegrown.
Man said it was driving,
All right. Are we going to sit here and say for 40, 50 mil, we can't get a better centre-back than Joe Gomez?
No, we can.
All right.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's very difficult to shop in this market at the moment. I don't think it's as easy as
I wouldn't do it. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't do it now because of the ramifications it has on us. But in terms of an actual package deal, then yeah.
The problem is if you sell Joey G now, and because it's so late in the window, it's problems in it. But in an ideal world, you can get a better centre back than Joe Gomez for 50, 60 mil.
Can you really though?
I think so.
In a market where 50 mils become like 20. Because remember, we got to be honest, this market's crazy right now.
You got to be smart, though.
If you get a player in the last year of his contract and all that, fair enough. I agree with you lot. But if we're talking about a player that you've got to now try and convince the club to sell, not a player that's like available. You've got to like home in a target and then convince that team to sell that player. And he might have 2 or 3 years left on his contract. Is it easy to get a player for 50 million of a high quality?
Not right. That's what I'm saying. Now it wouldn't be smart to do it. But in general, if you can sell, let's say this was the middle.
I wouldn't sell Joey now, but in hindsight, like let's say this was earlier on in the window.
If this bid comes in around the time of Henderson and Fabinho, then absolutely.
Not now though. Now it's like you can't do that late in the window.
We can't do it now because he's homegrown and we can't find
you
a
can't
replacement
do
in time.
Now he's almost priceless, if that makes sense. Unless they make, like, I'll be honest, if they said
they're about to throw about 50 million at us, Matt, I reckon. I reckon they're about to make a £50 million offer.
Well, here's the problem. It depends on how much Joe Gomez wants to stay at Liverpool, because there are rumblings that he wants to play more football.
Yeah,
And he's only getting chances because people are getting injured. He knows he's behind Matip and behind Konate.
Yeah, the quote is Joey is extremely frustrated at the amount of promised game time, which suggests that Klopp was honest with him and said, "You're back up."
Well, his performances should have made him understand that.
No, and last season I agree with that, but I'm worried that he will do what Flacco did and be like, "Yeah, can I have the move, please?" The club won't stand in his way. They'll see 50 mil as a good amount. And then we'll be left scrambling around with a day or two left of the window to not only do what we should have been doing, even with Joey staying at the club, but now with him also going, trying to buy a replacement.
So the club could literally just say no.
No, they can do. I'm worried they won't.
Well, time remains to be seen. I'm just saying.
There was no plan after Flacco leaving, Cal.
Say again?
They just took the money. There was no plan after Flacco leaving. They just took the money. So
they didn't just take the money. We just bought Endo.
No, again, but that was unplanned. That's what I'm saying. There was actually no plan.
But that's the problem. We shouldn't be sitting there concerned about Joey leaving right now, because we should have had another centre back and another right back in. So again, it comes.
What I'm saying, we've got to deal with what's here right now. If they accept
no, but that's
money,
no, I hear that, but
but he's just saying in general, like the reason why we're. The reason why we're in this predicament is because, let's say, for example, they come with a bid. We should have a centre back in place anyway. So if, let's say, for example, they come with a mammoth bid, like you said, 50 mil, 55 mil, Liverpool might look at that and go, we can use that for something else, and we've already got our centre back in. But we haven't done that. Remember, since kind of the two midfield signings of McAllister and Szoboszlai, I know we've got Endo, but it's been very much slim pickings in terms of what we're actually going to do. And lo and behold, same as always, transfer deadline, we're hoping for things to happen when things should have been done before. So, and it's always the same thing, Liverpool. Liverpool always will kind of make this statement, or this statement always becomes a little bit public, so to speak, or there's rumblings. Jurgen Klopp wants his signings to be in before pre-season. Never really happens, really, does it? It's always the same thing. Haggling over fees and trying to get players in. So
yeah, I'm a little concerned that we're going to accept this offer that's about to come in for him. So we'll have to obviously watch this space, but this could be a little sticky 3 days left, I'm not even going to lie. It could be a very sticky last 3 days.
You very well could. Right, people, before we head out, Sultan, waiting for Matt versus Tyron Woodley and ask, what? Hold on, what?
But just up
I'll let you read
mistakes,
that.
We do need to get the Woodley guy and the beard off. That's what we need to get.
Hold on, hold on, Woodley.
I'm not throwing that in there, Woodley.
I said, I'll say his name live. Ben Astron. Yeah? That's the guy. Yeah. I never said Tyron Woodley, fam.
No, I know you didn't, but that's the
man. Are you crazy, bro? In a boxing match, I just want to repeat that. Not MMA, boxing. Boxing. And I've got to give me a chance to train.
I'll back you, Matt. I'll back you against Ashgren.
I think I could. Carl, do you think I could beat Ben Ashton in a boxing match?
I don't know, man.
Okay. Do you think you could beat Ben Ashton in a boxing match? Why are you laughing? I asked you the same question.
I'll say no.
You don't think so?
I say no.
Oh, that's not the same energy. Also, what's Dahila versus Stevie G versus El Etifak last night? Malcolm is a forgotten baller. Reminds me of Dembele. He's a menace. Him and Neymar, deadly alliance.
Yeah. Malcolm at one point was balling out.
He got
to move to Barcelona and everything.
For real. Yeah. Malcolm still. Bigger. All right, people, listen, we're gonna head out now.
Hold on, we just got one more thing, sir, boys. We just got.
Oh no! Just before you do that. Actually, no. Do your thing, and then I'll do. I got something.
We got the Fantasy League.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna say. Yeah. Calm.
I'll stay on the page so I can scroll down.
I just scrolled through to make sure you didn't re-upload the video, Matt. I was getting worried still.
No. I've got something, but it's not that. And don't worry, I'm not gonna compromise the channel. I'm not going to compromise.
We've got to get security and a baby.
You got to trust me. I will not compromise the channel. It's not that.
But yeah, I'll stay on the things so I can scroll, guys. If you look, someone could read it out and then I'll scroll.
Yeah, so
So
at
in
first,
first place,
go on. Yeah, go on.
Cool. In first place, the Untouchables, David Powell, Guala, 11 in second place. Dominic Soberslide, what a name. Alison Wonderland, what a name. Virgil 96 in fifth place. Faceless London, then you got Night LFC. Pain in Diaz, fantastic name, against FPL Diamond in 8th. Big Dogs in 10th. Big up Nerve Beats, the tactical genius.
Trust me.
In 11th alongside Danny's
subscribe to the
11.
channel, please, people.
The Footy Boys in 13th. Size Matters, what a name. Harlan Dar Source, and again, what a great name. And Mudrik and Morty. Oi. The names.
I like that one.
Names.
Still, that was joke. Serious things.
The names are fantastic. That makes up the top 15/16.
Trust. And before we head out, if I'm just gonna remove. Yeah, cool. I'm just gonna play. Don't worry, I know these lot are panicking, thinking, what the heck is Matt gonna do?
Panic. I've literally got my hand on the red button still.
I'm not gonna
compromise on the end stream.
Oh, boy. That's what I'm talking
Chill,
about.
you man. Chill. He remembers this.
Okay.
You know, you had to.
Yeah. The defenders were a little bit behind.
Decision.
Behind play.
Fucking little gnats, man. There's just no one there.
No. Don't worry, guys.
Well done. Salah, make the right decision. Please.
Go on.
Come in. Yes! My fucking brother!
2-1.
My fucking brother!
Mentality. Are you crazy?
You
can't do it. Mentality. Can't stop him. Nah. Are you mad? Drift actually went.
Please don't let him be offside. Please don't let him be offside.
What do you mean offside? Don't mess about.
No, I'm saying please don't let him be offside.
No, don't mess me about like this. He's not offside, bro.
Next.
Why are you getting man shot? It's a goal, bro.
I'm telling you, the run
Drift is an undercover psycho killer, bro.
Tight, bro. I need to just make sure.
Drift, that screen mask is on. You just can't see it, bro. The screen mask is on.
Talk about my fucking striker. What a pass! What a finish!
10 man. What are you talking about? Pause. I'm so glad I paused after that, you know. This is me. 10 man. Pause. Who played the pass? Was it Salah?
Salah. Beautiful pass from Mo.
Listen. Yo, get rid of
it.
Smash it, Trent. Do another one.
There you go.
Another one.
No, actually. Back to Nunez.
Calm.
Actually, keep the ball. Keep the ball. Somebody go in the corner, man.
Yeah. Hey, you man. We're a bunch of mad nutters, you know.
I'm not even gonna lie. When you watch yourself back, you realize that you get lost.
Bruv, we are crazy, bro. We're crazy.
You actually get lost.
Sultan says, throw Matt in there with Jeff Neal. Matt is my dog. Matt won't be a dog after he gets.
Stop putting me up. Allow it, man.
That'd be horrible. Mac 10 says you all went Super Saiyan. We did, man.
We did.
That was a great feeling, man.
You can't buy or bottle that feeling. You can't.
You can't. You actually can't, bro. And
it's different.
Yeah, nah.
I feel sorry for people who don't watch football, who don't get that feeling. I just do. Like it's
I didn't even tell you, like, on Sunday that Robbie was watching the game at the conservatory door, and obviously when I started screaming and that, he got mad scared. He just ran to the missus and was hugging her, bro. You didn't know what was going on.
Bro, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, he wouldn't even come and hug me or anything when it happened.
Remember, you're so mad. It's not about the shot, it's your expression, innit? So you see your expressions do a mad thing.
He's probably just thinking someone's kidnapped dad.
This ain't my dad. What?
That ain't my dad. That ain't my dad.
He did that. He did that run and find out later.
Yeah, that ain't my dad.
Listen, guys, people, it's been a great show. Make sure you smash that like button, please. We'll be back, obviously, this week. Make sure you stay tuned to the socials as well. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're going to be cooking up for this week. And obviously, we got the deadline day. We're going to see what's going to happen there. So make sure you stay tuned for that as well. But, guys, before we leave, anything you guys want to say before we head up?
I think it's going to be a dismal deadline day show. But
it's not.
I'm quietly optimistic we get something done.
Same here. I think maybe one signing, maybe maybe one signing, but I have to wait and see. But people, man said scared my wife, you know. Trust me, everybody was going crazy, bro. Trust me.
Yeah, the poll, Cal. Klopp in or out? What did it come to?
85% in. As I said.
Okay. That doesn't reflect what I see when I'm watching the chat.
It's a big 85%, bro. It's 85, bro. It's 85. But now, people, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. It's Team Kopish. It's Tuesday night show.
Hold on. We've got a couple that have literally just
come in. Cool. Yeah. Hey, imagine if we... Yo. Hey, broski, like, bro. But I swear down the people, you say I want to get us cancelled.
I'm not gonna lie, some people probably do.
Sultan, where's the Prem panel? Need Lee ASAP.
We need to be back in the. We need to be back in the Champions League, Sultan, bro. That's what
it's a techie one.
Apology for everyone who misses the Prem panel show because we play on Thursdays now. We had to cancel that show this season because there's nowhere else to squeeze it into the
calendar, innit? Yeah.
But that's not to say that at some points there won't be random specials where we'll still do it.
100. There will be. There will be.
It can't be a consistent.
Can't be a consistent thing, innit? But stay tuned, people, for this season because this season we're gonna try and do some. Or I won't even say too much, but just check us out this season, people. You know what time it is, Team Kopish. But listen, people, love for the love. We'll see you again in the middle of the week. Like I said, stay tuned to the socials so you know what's going on. And we'll see you again, people. Love.
Peace.